All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We are hitting another a new high since the rally, but the conversation of all-time highs is probably going to be happening very soon. There was a couple of details about the conversations ending, then continuing. I think you're going to get another round of China talks with U.S. Trump came out. They were talking about wildfires, the stuff in L.A., what else? I think there was one more. We heard of an India trade deal. And then there was like Google and OpenAI. We had a couple of plays, just made a few free. And now we are here. I think we are live. Did it play this time? Yeah, they're not glitching me like yesterday. They were about to, though. We kept having good conversations about the truth. But no, it's not the truth, Josh, even though evidence. Okay, that's up to you, brother. That's up to you. But other than that, Chattadonia, get ready. We're about to begin Philo. You got your news wire up. We'll talk about it. Oh, I got a great Philo today. I might even throw in a little bit. Honestly, I'm going to talk about what just happened, you guys, because this is what I said. I'm not being new. I hope y'all realize even that right there. This is the same thing I realized in the end of last year, bro. If I am presenting facts to you, objective stuff, and you are still blinded by propaganda, I cannot help you. That's it. That's why. Let's get mad. Let's get it over. Let's speed run it. Get mad at me. Call me biased. Call me a narcissist. Call me whatever you want. Go write your review. Do whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're going to report the video. I don't give a fuck, man. Do whatever you need to do. And then we're going to keep building our long term. I'm going to keep responding unbiasedly. That's why we're outperforming Republicans and Democrats. And then we're going to keep going on from there. You see what I'm saying? So just make up your mind. But clearly, I cannot connect with you if you are willing to reject objective data. No, I'm not trying to change the subject. Joe, I'm trying to make this clear. Do you guys not realize it? If I could show you 2 + 2 = 4 and you will not believe it, how are you going to buy a long-term and stick with these plans that I'm sharing with you? That's it. It's very simple. If you can't get understanding on the easy shit, how the fuck are we going to do the hard shit when it comes to money and future? So yeah, that is the problem. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's no I'm failing to land, and not for everybody, but that's why I'm saying if that doesn't connect, I'm giving up. And that's why you guys got to figure that out and speed run it and get through it quick, because like I'm saying, we keep going, bro, and we're going to keep building our long term. If you want to play that game, you can, but it is your time and it is your future. So that being said, I'm going to go get ready and we'll get ready for Philo. I don't have I need one, bro. I need a video. I'll just let you guys watch my Waymo ride. I'm sorry, Google. Fuck Google. I'm praying to Jesus. Jesus. All right, I'll be right back. Protect this computer. This demon. Look at it.
We may use interior cameras to check on riders and prove our product.
Oh, they're looking at me. Yeah, I'm tripping, man.
They're only on when you're connected.
I said YouTube. I love you, YouTube.
So sing your heart out. We
Sing-
can't hear you.
Okay, well, don't put me. I did not give my consent.
Or passenger screen.
They already took my consent.
Support agent at any time.
Let's chill so far, bro.
In the rare case of an emergency,
This is
please
crazy.
keep your seatbelt fastened and remain in the car unless there's an urgent need to exit.
Don't leave the car.
We'll connect with you and provide
Dude,
assistance.
it took us so fast. It didn't even let you think about it.
Thank you for riding with us.
You know that? Like, I think that's a psychological, like,
Pull over.
yeah, you could press pull over. That's insane. I still can't believe this is happening, bro. He just got into this. I feel like I'm being assaulted. I wanted it. I didn't even have time to say no. This is gonna feel so wrong when I get out. Well, this is working, Chad. Holy shit. It's more expensive than the SUV, though. I ain't gotta tip him. I don't know, and he's gonna ask still. But look at this.
Like, people who are walking.
I'm not even like, look in front of you, baby. Don't look at the computer. We gon' die! Why you looking at me? We gon' die! There's no one there! Oh, shit. It has driven better than me so far, honestly. This is kind of... Oh, you need wiper fluid, dog?
It does?
I think. Is that what it said? Yeah, you need... Yo, somebody feed my boy, bro. This is crazy. I'm just making sure we don't die, you guys. This ain't even a YouTube video. This is just in case I die. This actually hits, though. Look at him. Signaling and shit. Okay. Oh, you want that lane? Okay. Yeah, bro, that tripped me out.
You picked a good lane.
Bro, do you realize, like, it picked the lane like I would have. I thought it was just going to fall behind the cars, you know? And just, like, follow that trip. I was like, damn, he aggressive. He really he playing to win, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. But yeah, you're getting a little red here, Chatadonia. But not bad. Bros, hymns, GE. GE's really dumping now. It's already down $4 in the last like 20 minutes. Yeah, you got the treasure again. I don't think the bond auction matters. It came in good, 3.972. Or no, worse. I thought it was at 3.99. So a little worse on the 3-year, but again, the big ones are middle of the week and end. But I do know we've overreacted to a 5-year auction before. All right, again, NVO starting to drop. Google just staying pinned. All right. Yeah, oil, I saw that drop in there right before I got back. So as we're getting, usually we rip into Philo, but as we're getting ready, you kind of topped out 60.31. Oil flipped in the last like hour or so. Nothing moving in currency land, and we haven't heard much out of the deals. Perigo. Again, this is a medical 27. Again, don't they make the, I think they make the abortion pill, I think. And then J&J's on the high. Starbucks testing protein drinks. Oh, okay, Starbucks. I see you getting a little Republican, huh? Oh, the little protein. Oh, a little extremism. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll see. Perigo. Yeah, it could be Goldman Health Conference. So see. Alrighty. Well, I think we should begin. If the market dumps, we'll find out, but... Yeah, China's ripping Baba into the Philo claps. Alrighty. Sup, Chatadonia. Welcome to Philo. I'm glad you're here, baby. I have a very good one for you. And that being said, though, before we get into it all, so we could get the most out of this moment, understand why you are here right now. You paid to be here. Obviously, you're here for either life, info, or whatever it may be. But it's very simple. No one's trying to push anything on you. We are all here because we want to be here. That's it. You have joined a cult, bro. We all come together, same time, same place. We like our little chance and we like our little moment here. So I hope you could get something out of it, but don't make the mistake of thinking that I'm targeting you, because I'm not. I'm here for the people that want to be here. I'm here for the people who have already given me half a decade of their lives, who have committed their savings and other things to this goal. So I don't know why some of you take it upon yourselves to think I even care about you. Because I'm telling you, bro, this is for the people who want to be here. So I would love for more of you to join and be a part of it, but we have our work cut out for us. So that being said, I hope you could get something out of this moment, but if you're going to be here to be disruptive, off-topic questions, all that, we are just going to silently remove you and continue on. So I hope you could get something out of it. Believe me, I think you can, but I'm gonna leave that up to you. Other than that, if you want to focus on stocks, that's totally acceptable. That's actually all I want. I either want only Philo or only stocks in the chat. If you have any stock questions, I'll answer them after the Philo. But anything breaking news, stock move, I will stop what I'm doing and then we'll balance it around. And that way we get the best of both worlds, have good workflow. You guys got a news wire in front of you. You shouldn't miss anything, baby. So let's have a good time. And I hope you could get something out of it. And God bless America and Chatadonia, baby. Oh, man. So today, I have no idea where I'm going to start, you guys. I have too much today. I told you. I have way too many things. I love today's Philo, though. There's a couple of concepts that I think are critical, and I think one mainly we're going to talk about. Really the main point about today is understanding. I think you've heard me say that a lot, and I want to help you understand what understanding really means, and I don't think people do. So here's the deal, though. Before I get into that, I'm here to wake up a lot of people. I love it. You know that? And not like make you go woke, but like, oh yeah, I hope a demon get pissed, bro. I love it, man. You know, some of y'all every single day, from getting a long term to making a positive change in your life, bro. If that applies to you, good work and keep it up, okay? Because this is what I told you yesterday, and I'll tell you again right here, right now, in a different way. My brother, all of you, if you listen to Philo, you get down on your knees, you pray, you like, God, you want to see God work in the world. I'm going to just tell you right now, Chatadonia, none of you are waiting for heaven, okay? Heaven is waiting for you. Woo! So some of you, this may not mean anything to you, but others, bro, I hope you get it. Again, bro, these battles are not happening to you. These battles are happening because you showed up. You know that? So, same thing, bro. All these changes. And I know some of you, you feel a quiet call. Bro, you don't need to get on your knees. God, I need God. No, bro. They're waiting on you. Heaven is waiting for you to start aligning in the direction of what is meant for you and start chugging along that way, baby. Destiny. Oh, amen. Okay, but this is what I'm saying, bro. I said this yesterday, and for all of you, bro, for real, your future, it is so important. But this is where I'm like, bro, like, do you know who I'm talking to? Y'all need to pray for discernment, that every Philo is actually for you. But I know who I'm speaking to. You know that? I know. This is who I'm talking to. Anybody out there who has a quiet urge in their life right now to live with grace, I'm speaking to you lately. That's who it is. I ain't talking to these loud people. I ain't talking to these people who don't want anything. These know-it-alls. These people who are better than No. I'm talking to the man and woman right now who have a quiet urge. You know what I'm saying? Deep down, there is something quietly just pushing you towards you like, man, I want to do better. I don't. You know what? I want to put this stuff down. I don't. What is it? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Not everybody has it. That's why right now shit's going on. People just living like nothing happened. They living like business is normal. And then there's another group of people every day. Y'all getting better and better. Yeah, you're failing, but then you get right back on it. How come you keep making these changes? How come you keep seeking? The king seek. Yeah, think about it. Bro, some of you have this urge. There is a quiet urge deep down in your soul right now, and it keeps pushing you towards wanting to get better, towards grace, towards living the right way. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's who I'm speaking to. So, yo, bro, if that's in you, keep going. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. If that's in you and you are getting pushed and driven to where you don't know the steps, it doesn't make sense. This wasn't really you, but you're like, I got to do this. I got to get better. And it's pushing you, bro. Keep going. You, my friend, it's yours. The other people who don't have it, that's not them. They weren't called for it. You are. Go ahead. I'm not here to say this person's this. This is simple. Do you have the quiet urge right now driving you? If you do, listen and keep going. That's why I'm getting so excited when I see, I'm like, no way. This new guy just made a long term. No fucking way. I knew guys who knew me for half a decade ain't do shit. Why? Why are you have the urge? Do it. Act on it. You see what I'm saying? Don't act on the bad urges. Don't act on the urges that are leaving you behind. I'm saying that urge that is quietly pushing you along and telling you, nah, we need to live better. Live with grace. Seek out. Go. Listen to it. Yeah, Intel is really taking off now. Good call. That was all day. But yeah, now it's really going. And chips. Even fucking Snapchat. It looked like Spy didn't want the Philo, but it did. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. For real, bro. And I'm proud of y'all. But that's what I want to invest in. And I think those of you who have that and you hear me right now, keep going. Keep investing in it. Keep listening to it. You, my friend, are the difference. You are the one. Do you understand? Not everybody has what I just explained. And that's okay. I'm not trying to judge them. I'm not trying to separate those people. I'm just trying to tell you that you have something. Don't let the devil fool you. Don't let the world, you have something. You see what I'm saying? You have a quiet urge deep in your soul pushing you. That's who I want to speak to. Those are though you are going to get something out of this. You are the one with a long-term everything. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't know. And I think some of you, man, that like you need to recognize that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I know things feel weird and you may not fit in. But, dude, do you realize you have it? That quiet urge to live in grace, bro. That's God. That's a calling. Listen to it. That's why I'm saying as long as you're in the right direction. Keep investing in that, baby. Spy's ripping. Yeah, Snapchat's coming out with glasses. But yeah, this is everything. And then financials. Look at the low ticker versus high ticker. Even the hype plays in Unity. And yeah, these are just new highs. So yeah. I have another topic. I'm going to save this for tomorrow. It might get too deep because I have so much to talk about today. But I'll give you the final intro and then we're going to get into the main thing. And this is something I've been talking about lately. And this is something that I hope could help all of you. Regardless of if you believe in the spiritual or not. I do think there's a spiritual element. But then there's something all of you could take from this at face value. There is the thinker. And then there is the thinking. Okay, follow with me. What I am trying to tell you all is that you need to learn how to separate the thoughts from the man. Oh, I hope they feel me, bro. Oh, Chad, Snapchat's ripping off of that. We were just talking about this yesterday or a couple days ago. But yeah, Chad, do you get what I'm telling you? This is very practical advice. This is why I think some of you keep falling into a cycle of negative thinking. You know why? Because you're not separating the thoughts from the man. There's the thinking, and then there's the thought. There's the thinker, and then there's the thought. You are the thinker. Your thoughts are your thoughts. I know this sounds ridiculous, but you got to hear me out. Why do you think you go in this cycle where you start thinking of something, and then you worry about the next one, and then you worry about the next one, and then the next one, and then before you know it, nothing changes? That's why you go after God, you fall short, then you get mad, and then you play it all over again. You're not separating the thought from the thinker. My brother, you control the thoughts. Do you get what I'm saying? Every thought, you don't need to give into it. And you need to learn which ones to double down on. But there is a distinct difference between the thought and the thinker. Don't ever forget that. This is how you don't get into these negative cycles. Because when you lose sight of the thought and the thinker, and that those are two separate things, then it starts turning into a whirlpool. That's why some people have the same negative thought for 10 years. I've been there. You control your mind, bro. These are your thoughts and your thinking. That's why I keep saying command your thoughts, bro. That's why when you stumble into the negative thoughts, you need to realize that's a thought. I am the thinker. Let me change this. So I think this is a huge concept. And I think it does relate into what we're going to talk about. Because above all else, man, your mind and now understanding. That's what I want to talk about, bro. So this is crazy. Because, right, you know knowledge and wisdom, right? And we've talked about it and the differences. You know, you could know things, right? You could know the information, right? The knowledge, you could know it. The wisdom is how to do it, right? Some people know things and some people know things and they know how to do it. Yeah, I see that. Is that real? Bessent seen as contender for next Fed chair. I remember Trump said he was going to say something about that. That'd be crazy. So think about it. Knowledge and wisdom. The things we ask for. But there's knowledge, there's wisdom, and then there's understanding. Right? Wisdom helps you act on your knowledge. Right? I know the stock market. I know what it is. Wisdom is I know how to extract the money out of it and make it support my life. Right? Now let me ask you this. Chad, what is understanding? This is our topic today. Understanding. What is it? It's crazy. Do you know what the Bible says? The Bible says that if you get anything, if you're going to take anything from the Bible, gain understanding. Have you heard that? White House AI crypto czar, China is 3 to 6 months behind us in U.S. artificial intelligence. Abbott ripping, they were down earlier, I think. Yeah, and Ford and GM. So think about it. You've heard that, right? The Bible says, it says, bro, if you're going to get anything from the Bible, you better walk away with understanding. What does that mean? I'll tell you right now. Do you want to know what understanding is? So again, you could know something. You could have wisdom. You could know how to do it. But do you understand it? Understanding means that you are aware of the consequences. Wow. That means you know something, you know how to do it, and you understand the consequences of what you do and you don't do and how it will play out. Wow. Let me give you an example. I tell you, well, imagine you're at my house right now, and I say, hey, can you go to the store and get me aspirin? Right? You know what aspirin is. You have knowledge of it. You know what you're like, okay, Tylenol or whatever it is, it's aspirin, Bayer. You know what it is. You have the knowledge. Right? Now, do you have the wisdom to go get it? You do. You say, okay, I would go to the store, I would go to Amazon, whatever. You have knowledge and wisdom of how to go about and get it. Right? And you would go about and get it. Now, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the kicker? Understanding. Understanding is the consequences. So if I tell you, yo, bro, can you go get me aspirin? You have the wisdom and the knowledge, but you don't have understanding. Why? Because what are the consequences of me needing that aspirin? If I told you I need it for a video in a week from now, that means there's not any consequences. I have a week. Think about it. Your understanding is going to affect how you act. Now, what if I told you, bro, I'm having a heart attack. I need aspirin. Same knowledge, same wisdom, but now there's a different consequence. How are you going to behave? Are you going to lollygag? If somebody said, I need aspirin, and you understood the consequence, you're not going to just sit there. You're going to run. It will change how you behave, no? Not a different intent. It's a different consequence. Very big difference. That's why I'm saying understanding. Do you get it? When you understand, you are able to see through with knowledge and wisdom and have an understanding of the consequences, what this action or inaction really means. That's why the Bible says, dog, if you're going to get anything, you better get understanding. Think about it. So do you know what I'm here to tell you? I hope you learned this today. You know why? Because the entrance of understanding, it begins with the word because. You know that? That's why in the Bible they say for man, and God for man, and for his love, because. I'm telling you right now, Chad, if you understand the consequences, you can stand on your knowledge. Do you get why? And vice versa. If you don't understand a situation, you will not be able to stand on it in the same way. Why? Consequences. You understand the consequences, it's easy to stand up and say, no, this is it. I know what will happen if I'm right or wrong. This is the truth. So the consequence, if I'm right, I understand it. I could stand on it. That's what happens when people get into stuff and you don't really understand it, and then it fades away. You know why? Usually it's because we didn't really know the consequences. That's why you must understand why. If you don't know why, you will not have understanding. If you don't have understanding, it will be difficult to remain a foundation and fixed on it. Because once you start doubting the consequences, you're going to doubt the whole reason why you started. Do you understand it or not? Do you realize your current level of understanding and knowledge is based on you understanding this? So if you think the why, if I say, why are you doing stocks? And you're like, it's just to make money. That's your level of understanding. That's it. Oh, I just want to get popular. That's just your level of understanding. I just want a car. That's your level of understanding. You can only grow to the level of your understanding, Chad. Does that make sense? Why? You have to understand why and the consequences, and the more you understand that, the more you will stand and understand you. That is real understanding. Knowledge and wisdom. You know things, you know how to do it, but you understand the consequences. Oh, I hope they feel me. So can I tell you? I said it. This is why we fall from places. You know that, right? Because, Chad, you will not stay in a position that you do not understand. Wow. Tell me that doesn't make sense. Do you get it? You may know things, you may know how to do it, But if you don't really know your why and you don't understand the consequences, you cannot keep whatever position you are going for, or if that's what you got. It's crazy. It's truly fascinating. And it makes a lot of sense intuitively. If your current understanding is only a small, shallow why, you don't know why you're doing it, how can you expect to hold and get that security through your life? Doesn't make sense. That's why we get things sometimes, but we and think about it. Think about the times in your life you got something and then you lost it. Tell me lack of understanding wasn't there. Tell me it wasn't just a misunderstanding of consequences that led to a change in behavior and outcomes. Oh, come on. Wow, isn't that amazing? Because again, I hope this gives you understanding. I hope this gives you more. That's why, bro, you leave here today, you better be thinking of what is your understanding? Why are you here on earth, bro? What is your understanding of why God put you here? I have to think about this more myself. That's why I know I'm here to give y'all long terms. I know that. But that's why I'm like, holy shit. It may be bigger than my own understanding. I could only understand to the level I understand the consequences. So I've always told you, I think what I'm doing is for probably one of your guys' kids. That's the consequence I think is at stake. That's why I think your future is so important. That's why I wake up at 5 a.m. But you need to understand the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the consequence? If you could understand the why and because, that will be your understanding. And imagine if you're like, wow, I know the consequence if I do this or if I don't do that. And I know, and it still puts me in that place. You stand on that, bro. Because that means you truly do have understanding. If you know the consequence and you could really understand your why. And again, I'll tell you right now, it should be for God. That's why, again, if you're thinking of all these whys and God's not coming up, maybe go back to that prayer again. But the concept here is understanding. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of us don't understand. Because we get involved in things and we forget our why. We stop thinking because. Again, imagine all the financial mistakes we made because we didn't foresee the consequences. My brother, some of you are getting mad at me. And you want me to have a talk with you about these expensive stocks. I understand it. Do you? Every time I'm banning you for trying to make a thing, think about it. I am responding to you guys with the consequences. You're right. Maybe the stock goes up. Cool, that would have been nice. But I'm saying, what happens if it goes down and you bought it 50% higher? Do you understand your consequences right now? You start a long term and you make a bunch of poor decisions. Do you understand the consequence of your future? I'm speaking to y'all with understanding. I'm speaking to you with consequences. So I'm telling y'all need to, do you not hear what I told you in perfect time a month and a half ago? At the bottom, I said you better determine your frustration. Pick your frustration now. I had this talk with you and I said, think about the consequences and decide which one you have now. Do you have understanding? Stock market was 200 points, 300 points lower. And I said, you're either going to buy the bottom and love it, and then that's your consequence and you bought the dip, or it goes down and you lose 30% more. Are you going to be more mad if you lost money or more mad if you missed out? I said, pick your frustration. Understanding. Think about the consequences. Again, this market, I like to think I understand it to a degree. Consequences. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm looking at it. And I'm telling you guys, I'm like, hey, I'm going to wait. You know why? Because I'm thinking consequences. If I'm wrong, what happens? If it goes the other way, what happens? And I understand it could be a high consequence. So I understand it's not the moment. We know things, we know how to do it, but we need to factor in the consequences. My brother, the more you know the why, the more you focus on the consequences, that is you strengthening your understanding. I'm telling you, this is pivotal. You want to even be a good thinker, you need this. Stop ignoring the consequences. Understanding is there. That's why I'm saying, bro, it's crazy. It says it in the Bible. It says if you're going to get anything from the Bible, you better at least walk away with understanding. It's because the Bible is telling you, go ahead, ignore everything else, but you better know the damn consequence. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Go ahead, ignore everything in the Bible, but you better understand the consequence of it and what it means and doesn't mean if it isn't true. How you think I got to this belief? It was through consequence and thinking like this. Go ahead, bro. You may not be the smartest, you may not be the richest, but you better know the consequences. You want to tell me you're a Chad, you want to unlock the next, you want to secure your arc and unlock the next part of this journey? You think it's going to happen without understanding why? You think you're going to get there without asking why? You think it's going to be there without a respect of consequences? You think you're going to get there without actually understanding what is at stake? Come on. Come on, I'm not selling you a pipe dream, dog. If some of y'all getting mad at me because I'm raising the standard for you, I'm not going to let you go out like that. I'm not going to let you get this far and act that delusional. It's critical that you understand why right now. For yourself, your journey, again, the consequence, your long term. What happens if you don't do it? I know the consequences, you all get a house. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I understand. You may not afford it today, but little by little, the consequences will get it. But what is the consequence? If you don't or do, you have to think about it and you have to value it. That is real understanding. How many times have you got on your knees and prayed for wisdom and understanding, knowledge, wisdom, all the stuff in Proverbs? It is understanding the consequences. The more you do that, the more you understand. And it's not a bad thing. I hope you heard what I said earlier. It's not, oh, I know the consequences, so I should be scared. No. My brother, if you could go through with your knowledge and wisdom and you could understand the consequences and it still produces God in a good outcome, stand on it. Don't run away. Believe me, I understand it now. What do you think I believe for me? I know the long term and what we do here. Every minute I put into this. What is the consequence? My why isn't for money. My why isn't for fame. It's what we said from day one. We want long terms and a real education. People who grew up how I grew up. No one ever taught me this, but God bless the Holy Spirit. I know it now, huh? Ain't that funny? And I understand it. Do you see what I'm telling? Why do you think I stand on what I stand on, how I stand on it? Go ahead, chatter away. Tell me what my God thinks of me. I just spoke to him. Go, tell me. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. I know the consequences. If I'm wrong, you all get a long term. If I'm wrong, you all save 10%. If I'm wrong, you still have a down payment. I keep you away from the bad things. I get you in the stuff I would give to myself and my family. The consequences are all, I understand it. I'm going to stand on it, baby. Oh, I hope they feel me. Do you get it? You think understanding on consequences is going to make you run away and make you scared? No. It's going to protect you. And then when you find the things that you understand and you're like, whoa, I know I have wisdom, I know how to do it, and then I'm looking like the consequences are all pointing and it's all confirming me. You stand on it. That's why, look, some of you, you've already seen the consequences of your actions over the last 5 years. Great. What do you understand now? Ta-da! You have already seen the consequences of your last 5 years. What do you understand? Some of you, it should tell you to flee and turn away now and go back to the right path. Others of you, it should tell you to stand on it and double down. Why? The consequence. But think, where, like I'm telling you, what is your why? You need a goal. Our why is a house every time for everybody. There you go. But I hope y'all feel me, bro. This ain't to be scared. Have no fear. It's to be wise. Learn to think. God put all of y'all here and I see it, bro. So amen. But you need to learn. Like I told you, I'm not letting you go out sad like that, bro. I'm not letting you go out into this and looking like a fool, thinking that you are going to make advancements without understanding. No. But I am going to give you this because I know the ones of you who are going to go and get stronger and smarter off of this, you are going to move with understanding and stand on what is yours. So Chad, understanding. If you're going to get anything, you better get that. Get nothing from Philo, you better understand and learn consequences. This will change your life, bro, if you could think like this. Know things, know how to do it, have the wisdom to apply it, but the understanding to think and work through the consequences, to either stand on it or flee. My goodness. You will be a force to be reckoned with, my brother. So go. And like I said in the beginning, man, the funniest part, this don't mean nothing to some people. They don't have the quiet calling. Nothing in their body, soul, mind is pushing them towards better. Who cares? But if you do feel it, then my man, understanding is your next challenge. This is your next task. God will show you a lot. You've already learned a lot. You know how to do a lot of things. We need to think consequences and understand it so we know what to stand on and what to avoid. What will be the consequences if you keep living how you have been living in the last 5 years? What has it already shown you? My brother, gain understanding today. Be blessed. Seek it out. Again, kings, seek it out. If you actually care about this and look, you'll get it. Some people will never look. So, Chad, man, I love it. And I pray for your understanding. Pray for mine too. Because I got more to think. This got me excited. Because I'm thinking bigger and bigger. I'm thinking more consequences. But don't let this word slip you, bro. We ain't just saying, oh, I understand. No, do you understand? Have you gone through the consequences? Are you really thinking about it? Then tell me you understand. And if you understand, it's going to give you strength. Or it's going to tell you that's a bad decision. Flee, run, away. That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's that invisible stuff we've been praying for. That real knowledge. But it will never come out unless you strengthen it. Until you value it and magnify it in your mind. So let's go, baby. Like I said, bro, I'm very, very grateful for some of y'all. You know that. I believe. And like I'm saying, I see it. I love it. Waking up every day. And I'm here and I know there's so many of you that have that quiet calling pushing you. And you may have failed and you may be going slow, bro, but it's still quietly push. Oh, man. So amen, bro. And amen. That's who it's for. So God bless all of you. I hope you got something out of that. But take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Here on mobile, press hot chat, X out the chat, hit the thumbs up button. You don't really have to. You don't really get any benefits for liking the video, but we love you still. Woo! All right, yeah, we did come back. Philo, they gave me a little Philo pop, and then it faded. Oh, yeah. Game time. All right. All right. Let me get some uncle. And then we will, let me get the prot. I don't know, Intel. Again, a lot of chips. AMD was going crazy, and then now you got that. Kind of nuts. All right. Bum.
I said it's fucking playday, motherfucker!
Up in a foreign, rapping about, that should get boring. Looking around, things more important before it go down. I'm gonna sort it, mama ain't proud. I ain't a lawyer, but I tell her, I got a coat, need me a castle. I want a moat, financials are fragile, watch it real close. The technicals lagging, that shit a joke, this shit a fact. I'm not trying to boast, I got me a straddle, played on both. I always watch candles, come get the smoke, yeah. Hey, it's the realest shit, reminiscent. Philo 607 switching, then we dip. They said the Fed ahead of this, investor sentiment was shit, but they only just seen a blip. They thought it'd be reliever quick. You smart, you buy with fear resist. I'm breaking it down and I'm kicking the facts. I love when they laugh when I say it'll crash. Just give me a minute, I'll take you to class. Like 2014, saw oil's first dip. Cheap energy made China and emerging markets rip, but oil had to dip cause Russia's really on some shit. They paved the way to take Ukraine and said they gonna annex it. Like whoa, that was the first sanction. $100 barrels down to 80 started tanking, but as it got cheaper, more producers started cranking. Output kept raising, lower futures kept on trading. Same time China bubble raising. We should've known it's trailing. But nobody was caring. How could that affect us? Buy the dips effective. If money was the medicine and healing wrote prescriptions. But let's go back to Shanghai. Let's talk them central bank guys. The market's down 60, so they had to move swiftly. Devalued in a day more than they have in a whole quarter century. But nobody thought that's fishy. Okay, 3 years. Currency even weaker. EM growth even bleaker. Where it goes, they don't know, but need a leader. LTR, not talking leaders. Long-term rates is what I mean. Or invert the curve and set the theater. Once it turns, they'll be believers. They see near. I saw for meters. Now it's here, so now they hear it. And I don't need it. Y'all don't feel me. Y'all lucky this my favorite. Josh answers, call me Lil Buffett. Been a decade since I made a meal, y'all still haven't done it. Money come with problems and I love the repercussions. You an Instagrampreneur, nice pics but don't do nothing. Pull up tripping, I ain't got the time, I had to slide. You too high, remind me of the market in no fight. They like to creep a lot, I like to trade the spy. And I know they don't believe in God, but feel him in my vibe. Really rich, I pull up Millie in the parking lot. They tell me that they listening, so why you think I talk a lot? I'm making money on the markets, trading on phenomena. I beat the market every year, come meet me in the octagon. I'm on my Babylon, you lucky I got cameras. Get knowledge like I'm Santa Claus, got millionaires in Canada. I'm buying gold in Africa, I weigh it, I don't count it up. The factor in the tax enough, you asking me, I'ma laugh it up.
Yeah, bro. China. Bro, you got China, Intel, and like, I'm sad, you guys. I'm sad. You don't realize, you don't see it today? I think you see it. You know it. I don't want to say it, but I hope it comes back. But it looks like all the money is going to the fucking beaten down value today. Have you not noticed? I don't think, again, chips are all moving. White House denies Bloomberg report, says it is false. So your boy is not in the running, Mr. Besant, not for Fed chair. But do you guys see it? Every single one of our names that we've talked about that were like low still, they all got a bid, like a fat above average bid today. You see what I'm saying? UPS, Target, Intel, Pepsi, go down the list, bro. Just go look at any of the underperformers. All of them are outperforming today. So, unfortunately, I just think that's it. So we're going to hear more, but like we're saying, getting into summer and all of that, it does seem like people are maybe they're rotating out of Smuckers and other value, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. But that's where it's like, bro, every single name that we kind of like, at least 5 of them, have all just kind of had a big pop. Pfizer was yesterday. That went up 3-4%. So, yeah, I mean, again, Nike even continued all of these deep value plays, whether they were negative on the year or like multi-year negative. Some of them just kind of got, yeah, it's all the names I've told you about. I said, hey, if you have a lot of cash, again, that's what they're doing. I think the people with cash are buying it as everybody is getting this FOMO. And once again, I mean, you're near all-time highs. Again, momentum, like I said. This was the chart from yesterday. I think this is hilarious, but yeah, I see Baba. Is it like and Pinduoduo, all the China names. I'll put it up, but if it's not as vertical, kind of. I'm looking for like a news stick, but it's not there. But this is what I was saying on the watch list yesterday, because this is I think it's funny when Wall Street starts like pulling up random metrics to show you how bullish it is. But yeah, anytime the NASDAQ has gone negative 20% to down 2% in less than 50 trading days, at minimum 83% of the time it's green. 100% of the time X. Again, X is the closing. I think it's the same closing date. I think 55. I don't know if it'll break above it. But yeah, Baba's working up to nuclear on the low. Besant is not in the running. X, I don't know if it goes past 55. Inshallah, Habibi. Inshallah. They're front-running vacation checks. They might be. Or taxes, even then. Wait, no, it's not. It's fucking June. So I don't even know. But I think Wall Street just underperformed. And then, like we remember what I told you a couple weeks ago, if nothing bad happens, everybody is looking for the upside, assuming there's no black swan. But remember, we talked about it. Before you know it, if the economy is not bad, dude, a lot of these fucking people who have like a real political bias, they're underperforming, and then the risk of underperforming, it starts to get bad. Remember, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. All these hedge fund managers and people who chose to like get left out of this rally. So now think about it. If nothing bad happens and we keep doing this melt, there's a lot of people who are underperforming like 20% now. We're talking top to bottom. So it gets pretty wild. But I think, again, there's all the people trying to get back. And that's why I'm saying they might be going for value. So either way, it doesn't matter. We got a long term, and you were prepared for all of this. And we acted on all of this in advance. And we didn't let our political bias get in the way. Otherwise, I don't think it would look like this. Ah! So yeah, bro, it's crazy. Yeah, good day for the law. Again, it just gets crazy because this is day after day. Like I'm telling you, a month ago, if I sold this, bro, we would have left a lot. If I just bought a property last month, I would have left another down payment on the table, at least a little part. Oh, yeah, they offered me back, dude. I forgot. So, you know the compound? I offered them 20% below because I was like, I'll give you a quick close. They said they'll give me $50,000 off. So, yeah. 2%, closing cost 50/50. I say I forgot to respond. But yeah, so they want 50,000 less. I still think it's kind of up there. So essentially, with 1 week, they were willing to lower it 50K. My logic is this thing's going to sit for 90 days. That's why I said 20% lower, I'll buy it right now, I'll give you liquidity. But if I'm wrong, then they'll buy it. But then I don't have to take care of a farm. So it's a win-win. But either way, yeah, they lowered it 50K in a week. I think give them a month. I'm seeing if LT, I was like, just tell them to hit us up if they get like best in final. So just let me know if somebody else has activity on it. But I really think it's just going to sit there. Yeah, bro. Intel, I should have grabbed that instead of AMD. That's amazing. It just has to follow through, though. Been a while. It's been like months since we've had a move on this. The 50K off top make it a good deal? No, but like, you know what's funny? I care about the closing costs a lot. You know why? because that would be the difference between me paying more money out of pocket from the long term. So like if I could get them to pay the closing cost, I only need like 190. But if I have to pay closing cost, then I'm going to need probably 240 or 230. So you see the problem? That's why it's kind of interesting in a weird way. I just want them to pay closing costs, but I don't know. I don't think 50,000 makes it I think it's a good value. It's a fairly priced property, but with properties like this, it's hard to move. Again, like I'm saying, nobody wants to take on that responsibility. Even though it's nice and it's a lot of utility, it's still a lot to handle. So that's why, like, you know, I'm pretty sure it's like it's going to take 60 to 90 days to sell that property just to get an offer. And then you got to do escrow, inspections, inspecting 30 acres. Like, what are we talking about? So, yeah, I don't know why Intel is moving. I think it's just a broad buy the dip on value today. Look at the Russell. So, yeah. The real estate market, I got to see. I'm trying to work this out. I said give me a month and I'll tell you. Once I confirm it, it's not confirmed yet. But, like, there's certain catalysts in, like, a really cheap area. If I could confirm it, I'm going to buy, like, 50 of them for, like, 10 grand a piece. And then we could go buy it all, Chad. I'm down. It'll literally be, like, 50 grand or 20 grand for a property. It's a very, very opportunistic area. But I need to confirm it. I like condos. It's, again, location, though. Just, you know, they have different utility, you know, less of a market of people willing to buy them. You know, just a different than like everybody wants a house. Not everybody wants a condo, right? Generally, you know, if I offered you a house in the same spot, most people would take the house. So it just really all depends on that. But they're not bad. If it's a good location, good value, I am not against them. I knew we were missing something. Tesla, I had that on the bottom right. Your boy Intel came down. Google came down too. Yeah, Tesla's just printing the high ticker. X, what was it? Oh, we had a headline, but I don't think it was out on X at the same time. But again, like 55 in the closing date, I believe, is in July. So remember, that's just like related to Nippon Steel, I'm assuming. Buy a house with an existing ADU or build your own. If you've never built a house, I would just buy an existing property. I'm a big fan of that. I don't like building from scratch if you don't have experience. It's very difficult. And like, too, if it's your first real estate purchase, don't buy land, don't try to build. Because you want to make sure that money you put goes towards something that is value. That has utility, a home, a property. So no matter, like, if worst comes to worst, consequences, you know, you'll be good no matter what. But if you buy a piece of land or you try to develop and it's your first property, you throw all your money down, that's your long term, and then you don't know what to do, or something wrong happens, you are literally just left with a rock. That's why, so good luck. And that is a different value, and that puts you in a worse position. So that's why existing home is great. I'm not, believe me, it takes time to get into development, and it's a natural progression, but don't rush it. And then SPY's been coming down ever since, like, what? It was like end of Philo. The market needed more hope. Property that needs repairs or model I love those. Those are the best usually. That's where you get your value. So, but then again, if it needs a lot, you just need to factor in the cost. And then now, if it needs like a full gut job, you got to rethink that, or make sure you could do it cost effectively and that it's worth it. Location matters. That's the number one thing. Everything. All real estate in America is dependent on location. That's it. That is, I'm telling you. You could go buy $10,000 houses in America. It's if there are places nobody wants to be. That's why real estate in America is different than Mexico, Europe, Dubai, everywhere, because the location of America and being here, there's a real reason that people want to be here. And so location by location, nice areas are valuable. That is where you make money. So if you know good spots, that is the moneymaker. I would put location above all, and then you go through demand, utility, supply, transferability. National Transportation Board holds 3-day investigation into AAL collision with helicopter. The Army one. Yeah, that's what sucks though. The cheap properties, if they need work but they're cheap because people don't want to be there, you might want to stay away from them, because you don't want to put, and then if the property needs a lot of work and it's big square footage, and then you spend 30, 40 grand and nobody wants to spend 200 grand to be there, 150, it's not, you're better off buying whatever you can in the location people want to be in, rather than forcing the cheap one. Again, that's why, like, even this property I'm working on where I'm like, we could turn it to a compound, but I'm the only dude who wants to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these giant ass properties, they sit there. That thing is, you know, people don't want to be there. They want to be in the city. They don't want to take all that stuff on. So it's going to be harder to sell and go from cash to property to cash. You're at VWAP. All right, you're starting to pick up here a little bit. It's very big now. So I don't know. This might be, oh wow, that one's a lot bigger. All right, SPY starting to dump. Oh fuck, those are dailies. I didn't want that. All right, we'll give it to me a cheap ones. I'm gonna try to flip the cheap ones. I haven't traded the SPY in a minute though. I think all of these are fake every single time. I just grabbed a 2-cent one. It's already went up. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's fake, bro. Yeah, Ekoi, but that was big. That was actually massive. That was just like the first one, but now from a higher top rope. Talks resume tomorrow. This has to be unrelated. Again, we did hear it. We saw a little bit of drama with the bill at one point, so keep that in your back pocket. It's only 11. We got an hour. So yeah, and then Chad, if you have any off topics or questions, here is your moment. And SPY's going. LT is asking me my lowest and final. Closing costs will be 30,000. I want them to pay closing costs no matter what. Why? Because it's almost necessary given we are using the long-term funds. Otherwise, I would say I'm giving him my final offer, and I said, but I'm scared these can't sell, so I'm willing to let it sit, and I don't care if I miss out. All right, well, we'll see. So again, this is the deal. This is a real, I'm texting that to him now. I'm just reading it out loud so you guys could get an idea. Can I start accepting? No, because real estate's like this, bro. I'm telling you, I'm worse with real estate than like my relationships, for crying out loud. Because right when you think real estate, you're gonna do it, you're not. It's just that's it. You're gonna break up. So, you know, well, once I'm in escrow, we'll talk about it. But for now, it's all just talk. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing about real estate. It's a liquid. It takes time to move around. Harley Davidson Festival in Milwaukee, for those interested. There's no news on that drop. No, not right now. I don't see anything. We've just got back and forth with Besant, Bloomberg stuff, but Yeah, I don't think there is anything. Meanwhile, like China's went up because we had a drop like that earlier. That was around the bill. So we'll see. Can you email those 50,000 and get my opinion? No, you cannot. I think I've blocked your email. So only send me them if you're really working a deal. And you've asked me a lot of questions, and again, David, how many times? I remember I begged you before, so no, I don't. I want you to go get pre-approved or go get qualified so you have a legitimate budget, or you know what you need to do, and then we could talk about houses. But until you get a real qualification and until you're actually like a serious purchase, you have enough info and you work in real estate. So I've just answered your questions there one at a time, and that's enough info to help you too, even right now. But you don't need to shop like that in that sense, you know. Like, I could look at these properties. I'm probably going to just repeat what I just told you without even looking at them. Like I'm saying, most of them, square footage and all that, when it comes to how much work they're going to need. But like I'm saying, there's no point of window shopping. Well, if I were you, I would go get qualified, go talk to a lender and have a legitimate, I could get this much money, this is what is in store, shop in that range, and maybe find the biggest city near you and look there if all you have is these $20,000 cheaper ones, because like I'm saying, those are cheap and accessible. We want to find the sweet spot between cheap and desirability. All right, it's coming back down, round 2. Again, whatever this was, we don't know, but it was big. Again, I grabbed a little shitty play, but I don't think that one's going to hit, to be honest. But yeah, it is starting to flip. Man, me and long term off the rip. Comcast on the high. On the topic, my email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com, but like I just told the other homie, you know, email me if you have a real deal that either you want, because again, if I buy a house that you send me, I'll pay you too. But other than that, I think a lot of you need to take the serious step so that you don't waste time shopping around looking. Just like go get qualified and call it a day. And you could ask me now. This is an off-topic moment, so you're probably better off asking me the question now, and then we go from there. Otherwise, email me and I may or may not get to it after the bell. Rumor is China's side of tariffs doesn't sound good. Let's see. But I think China is ripped. I don't think China names went down at all. Sezzle again. The EU-China was earlier. They said it was good. You'll email me a rebuild? Well, again, if you're not working the deal, there's no need to email it to me. I'm not interested unless you're going to buy it. But then again, make sure you're already pre-approved. Like I'm saying, that way you'll be able to do it. Respect for the channel. How do you feel about technical levels? I just make sure people know that it's a level, I guess. I call out some levels here and there, but as long as it's just be mindful of not influencing people. It's kind of the general thing we want to avoid. Summer vibe. That was weird. Again, we did have a massive knife and pop earlier in the day, so you know. About candles, do you know how to read them? So you know the candle is like, it's like the wick is how the price range in that time frame, and then the bottom is where it closed. I'm sending it. So LT's saying, I just offer the bottom line 30K credit, and then see what they say. But then I'm like, just see if we could stay in touch and just let it sit. Because I'm like, if they get nervous, we'll get it cheaper. But otherwise, if we give them that offer, they'll know what we're willing to do. And then that's all really fast. Because again, I feel like if we close on this, it's too quick for a property this size. That's why I'm like, unless you're going to give me a steal. So interesting. No news on Trump. LA Bass will try to call Trump on Tuesday. Will tell Trump to stop the raids. That's what you're going to... Why don't you tell the people to go home? Just tell them to go inside, and then you'll call Trump. How about that? I'm going to tell them to stop, and then we'll stop. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah. I don't see anything on Trump. Is it rude to ask an agent what their commission rate is? No. That's normal. I mean, again, nowadays with the laws, like you have to sign the thing on the showing that tells you exactly what it is. CPI leak? I don't know. We'll get those tomorrow, or maybe end of the day, but I don't think CPI would, all signs point to lower. But you never know. California asked judge to immediate. Yeah, why didn't you ask the real president, the judges? So like, quick, go to the courts. Yeah, that worked better. .1031 works with the rental, not flips. I mean, you could do it on you could 1031 any property, but again, whenever you sell the other property, that you're still gonna have the tax liability. So I think you could 1031 to a flip, but what happens when you flip the flip? Then you still have the tax. Came back up, but it needs to it's still kind of the same position as a month or two ago. You cannot 1031 into a REIT, no. You could do an endless chain of 1031s, yeah. That's what most people do. Oh yeah, DVR'd refresh. I forgot. And you got a LA Bass comment. That was... How can you fix the stream cutting out every 5 seconds? Take that up with Google. You should have seen yesterday. My goodness. Sid? Whatever this is. Small cap pop. But yeah, in a weird way, even though we just had that big knife and now you're kind of chilling, you're right at opening, but it feels like nothing's really moving, even though the low ticker looks very active. At least on the velocity. Very, very odd. Shingles or metal roof, which is better? I think shingles. Metal roofs, unless they look nice. But then it all depends on area. So it all depends on location and then what even fits with the area. The letter... Where's NVIDIA? NVIDIA's going up. Google's back up at the OpenAI hit. The low ticker is this right here. This is active in real time, highs and lows. So then that's like a velocity bar, 30 second, 1 minute, 5 minute. Kind of gives you an idea of momentum. Boxable, I'm not really a fan. I've seen them for like almost 10 years now at this point. Everybody always asks me about it. We'll see. I might have my first, if I end up buying this fucking farm and I get the approval, I would be, I might get my first container home. I've never done them. We have a couple people who work on them a lot in the chat, but I remember like 10, 15 years ago. You remember when like container homes first, it was like 2015, when container homes first started popping off, and like a lot of people got it. I never got into them. So some people have more experience than not, but they didn't take off how people thought. You guys remember, I feel like in 2015 to like 2018, people thought container homes were going to be the future. You thought you would be living in one by now. But so it's still kind of growing, but again, it's still kind of niche when it's all said and done. Woo! Kennedy on Governor Newsom, I'm down.
You don't need to be an astrophysicist to figure it out. We've got a wolf problem in Los Angeles. They're not peaceful protesters, they're wolves. They're hurting people. They're destroying property. So you say, well, where's the governor? Well, the governor is a sheep. He'll tell you, I'm a sheep. He's a sheep in sheep's clothing. He thinks cops are a bigger problem than criminals. So then you say, well, where's the mayor of Los Angeles? Maybe she can stop it.
I've never heard that.
Well, she's a sheep too. More sheep is not going to solve the wolf problem. So the federal government sent in troops, and we're stopping the wolf problem.
Wow. That's amazing. I've never heard sheep in sheep's clothing. That's a new one. Exactly, he's a sheep in sheep's clothing. That doesn't get rid of wolves, it attracts them. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, Zillow. Alright, so yeah, I think I was saying he's gonna hit him up and tell him that we're just too far apart. But I said, just let him know we want more time, like we just gotta think. Because again, I just want to let this thing sit. And then again, I don't care if I lose it. Like, again, we have a long term. See, and that's why, too, don't sell until you are in escrow. And then that way, too, you don't, a lot of times, imagine if you sell before escrow and then you get in one of these deals, you're going to feel like you have to buy. So remember, you don't have to. Make it work. Any books on trading? I mean, did you read any of the other ones I recommended? So, Intelligent Investor, that's what you should start with. I'm even saying though, I'm like, dude, even just get these we don't even have the HOA docs yet. So I'm like, I don't know, man. We will see. Why did I not answer your question? Well, I'm gonna ban you now, but I'm gonna answer your question. I don't like it when people play that game. You could have just said it again, but like we were going over a lot of things is why I probably didn't answer it. So should you sell your house to pay off your debt or refinance with a higher rate? I would probably just make a plan to tackle the debt and keep your house, because you might regret it if you sell your home. You still got to pay rent. You still get a tax benefit off of your interest payments on your mortgage. So, it's like I wouldn't sell it. Refinancing, it would suck to pay more, but when it comes to debt, I would just make a plan. Just how we have a savings plan, I would try to take advantage of zero interest and move it around. Maybe a HELOC at worst case, but I wouldn't tap equity or long term. until you have exhausted all other measures. And I would start tackling the debt with a monthly plan and start lowering it. And really, if we can't do something from there, try another method. And then after 2 or 3 things, then we could talk about tapping the equity. So, yeah, that's your answer. That's your long term. Just don't be so quick to sell shit. That's it. You got to tap every opportunity. We have made methods, we've done many things, and it's still a problem. Then you use the high quality assets, because again, in the time it takes to tackle the problem, those assets could even grow even more if they're good, and then there you go. Give you the house. Depends where you're at, but if you have the ability to put it into a trust, that would be better. Because then the transfer tax, and if she passes or anything else like that, the trust would make it where you have less tax liability. But then it limits you a little bit more. Again, it's irrevocable. You can't change things once it's set in motion. So just be sure. But yeah, trust, if you have the ability, great tool. I look up a 721 exchange. How about you explain it, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Deal. Perfect. So I will be right back. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Here is McMahon. She's talking about Trump.
On that loan,
Vince's
maybe half the hands went up. I said, how many of you know the actual amount of the loan? Fewer. I said, how many of you know what kind of a job you would have to have and how much money you'd have to make to start repaying this loan? Not a single hand went up. So I think we need to provide students with better tools of assessing the value of what education they need, and do they need a 4-year college? Or are they better suited for some other kind? Is it community college? Are we looking at our skill-based education? How does technology and AI play into all of that in their learning process? I think we kind of need to rethink in our whole culture of how we look at education.
Okay, my last question before we turn to the audience. Would you make those calculations public? Because it could affect what major students decide to pursue.
Oh, definitely. They'll be part of the public forum. And I think it's that's a great thing to share with with anyone who's contemplating going to class and going to college or university or community college, or however they decide to look at their career. That's, I think, vital information for them to have, and for parents.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take some questions from the audience. If you could just raise your hand. We just ask that people say your name and organization before you ask your question.
All right, I think we will jump out now. You can follow that event on Live Go on the Bloomberg Terminal, LIVE Go, to hear more from Secretary of Education Linda McMahon talking with our White House correspondent, Kayla Gardner, at a Bloomberg Newsmakers event. A lot of talk there about student debt, and it's a concern for her and this administration, just as it was the last administration. But of course, they're going to come at it from very different angles.
That's right. She also said that she would make calculated future salaries public. And again, a lot of that talk here on student aid. I'm just reading some of the headlines out of this event. Linda McMahon saying that it would be sensible to tie student aid to predicted future income, and they don't anticipate more department cuts.
No, a lot of talk as well about Harvard and the relationship between that great school and...
Nice. Yeah, I've never, if you want to sell your house and do a 1031 and take that money and move it into a REIT so you don't get taxed on the proceeds, you can do it, technically. I think. I've never done this in my life. So I've done 1031s, but I've never done a fucking 721. That's cool. Tesla. California asked judge to halt use of military. Is that new or that's an old one? Tesla's ripping spies back up. They just wanted to scam a little bit. college is for sheep. Oh, I disagree. But it is different now. I don't know. I feel like I got the last good one. But then again, I only got networking out of college. That was the good part. I had a lot of fun. And then I did learn a lot. I share with you guys the books that I read and shit. And I met some good professors, but I don't, dude. I had the last era where, like, again, my professors would, like, they got mad I believed in God, and, like, my philosophy professors, and we would have certain discussions. But nowadays, I feel like you're not encouraged to think critically. So, but yeah, I do. If you go there, you actually network in college, you can make the most of it. It all just depends on your personality. I don't think you need college. But again, it's just the type of person. I think you either will be successful or not based on other traits and how you apply yourself and your potential. Did I do electronics first year? What do you mean? No, I did political science and philosophy from beginning to end. AI has changed a lot nowadays. That's the crazy part. But then people don't know shit. Like, that's the thing, is like, if you know, I still don't, like, I remember studying just to remember shit. I could only imagine with AI. The lack of comprehension. You are networking. No. I meant like networking with people. He's like, yeah, networking and switches. Did you learn the circuit boards, Josh? Like, no, bro. I meant like getting drunk with kids who their parents were fucking politicians. That's what I mean. Not like fucking like actual network switches. That's crazy. Yeah, like networking, meeting people. A lot of you don't realize you go to fucking college and you get into real estate. That's your fucking client list right there. Go meet. That's what I did. I told everybody I'm doing real estate. Go at, bro. My roommate, the guy who showed me fucking LA. I ain't never chilled in LA till I met homie, bro. He'll tell. I regret it too. I was on Zillow back in the day, bro. Even this, we were still in college. Zillow was new. I was looking up the first time I went to LA and got back to Arizona. I was looking up condos. It was fucking $200,000 for a 2-bedroom in West Hollywood. Now they're at like 1.5 million. But oh, dude, yeah, it's just real estate, bro. I was always. You go to college, you're gonna meet a lot of people, and that's where it's like you're gonna meet people that you probably wouldn't have met in your hometown, and it'll allow you to, you know, if you get into other businesses and all that other stuff, it opens up a lot. Yeah, bro. I lived in San Diego. We never went to LA. No, my friend, he lived in LA, and then we both went to Arizona. So I met him in Arizona. Again, I never went up to LA when I was in San Diego. Until I left to college, I never like hung out in LA. I only would go up to LA in Orange County if my parents dragged us to like these Egyptian church meetings, which was crazy. Those they're called matumers. Does anybody know what a matummer is? Oh, dude, I hate them. I was such a bad kid, bro. This is why I would steal my parents' car. Even before I had a license, they would take me to these like church things, and I was bad, and I would steal the car and I would just leave, or I'd listen to rap music, devil rap music in the car, and then I got a PSP, and then I would hack networks with my PlayStation Portable, because I was smart back in the day. Now I'm a fucking boomer. Oh yeah, but that was the only time. That was the only time I would go to like LA and Orange County, until like I was an adult and someone showed me. I was like, whoa. So yeah, crazy, bro. That means conference in Arabic. Yeah, matamar. Oh, bro, you have no idea. Terrible. I hated them. Yep, exactly, dude. Back in the day, the PlayStation Portable, bro, is crazy. You were able to do all that shit. I do know electronics, yeah. I was really good at computers early. I'm still decent. I learned how to vibe code, but it's just like if you don't stay up to date with it, it's really easy to fall behind. And then that's it. These other nerds out-nerded me. Yeah, the PSP, bro. I don't have the cross tattoo. No, my mom does. She had to in Egypt. I told her I wanted to get it, and she's like, I had to get that. You don't even know what you're saying. I was like, okay. Sorry. Oh, you do it for a price? Damn. It's a good business. I didn't even think about that. The PSP was cool. I don't know. I will see. We'll see what this Microsoft does. The Microsoft handheld. I think that's... Handheld is hit or miss ever since the Game Boy. That was the last PSP, where I guess the Switch. That was a good handheld. Damn, oil again? Yeah, oil's plummeting. Iran will give appropriate response. Passed against nuclear watchdog. Something with Iran. I don't know if that's it. Yeah, if you're in Egypt and like you're a Christian back during that, I don't know if it's still today, certain type of like Christian, or just so that, again, you're in a Muslim country, they marked you with a cross. It was very specific. They had to pay different taxes and other stuff. The PS Vita? No, I didn't. I only had PlayStation Portable. That was it. But then that thing, dude, at pure hardware level, PlayStation Portable was crazy. That's why people would hack them. You could have jailbroken a PlayStation Portable, and it was like a network tool, bro. It was crazy. Yeah, I think that's why they stopped making it. It was too powerful. Bro, I'm telling you, you could have made... Dude, PSP was doing everything. Once you could jailbreak it, and it would do everything. It had an IR sensor, it had Wi-Fi, and it was nuts. It was a full-on operating system. I think it was Linux. I don't know I forgot what it was, but it was fucking crazy. Yeah, before Flipper Zero, it was essentially a PSP. I would get in trouble. I had a universal remote. So I was in middle school with my PSP, and I would turn the TV on and off and piss off the teachers. They would get pissed. And then I could even do it with the AC. You know that? In middle school, I hacked my school's AC system because it picked up the radar, so I could turn the heater and AC on in my classroom with my PSP. That's the shit we're talking about. It was crazy, bro. This was like what? I don't know a year. This was before 2010. So this is it's a long time ago, but yeah, it was nuts. But this was PlayStation Portable, had all of this capabilities. Yeah, oil's really dumping now. Again, there was just an Iran headline. It's been selling off kind of all day, but yeah, it's actually only down 0.9, believe it or not. Baba, Intel, again, a lot of value. A couple of runners I want to call like Baba's value, but then again, it's still up like 70, 80. You hacked Clash of Clans. I've never played that, but I was surprised when I found out how many people actually play Clash of Clans. All those ads worked. Trump at 445 or 245. Trump. State Department briefing on riots. Oh, I'd love to hear this.
President Trump's view and decision of he's stated that, although you haven't restated it here about Gaza. So it's just if we could clarify what.
Well, there's a focus on Gaza, and for a very good reason, and that's what we're focused on: is the ceasefire, is stopping the carnage, dealing with what's going on in Gaza. After, of course, the horrific events of October 7th, the nature of what's happening with Iran and its death squads of Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis, it's a full plate. And what one does is you start at the beginning, and you move forward. We are still working on dealing with either certainly ceasefire and peace for Gaza, and then, of course, the aftermath of that, and rebuilding and dealing with what that means. At some point in time, that will hopefully be the major conversation here, right? Is in the aftermath and the rebuilding and how that's happening. And I would expect that to be a conversation that we'll all be engaging in.
Is it still the policy that the US should take control of that territory?
You know,
during the
I
process? 'Cause
can't,
that's what the
I don't,
president
you
said,
look,
so.
what I've
Best
heard
place,
President Trump say,
Ohio,
and what I know
Indiana,
the Secretary has always said,
but
is that
like I've told a
Hamas
lot
can't
of people
exist,
here today,
that we've got to
get
get a ceasefire,
qualified,
that we've got to have new
understand a
ideas for making
realistic
sure this
budget,
doesn't happen again and again
and
and
know what
again.
you can do
I
with
know that
it,
the president has
and then
called for
try to be
new
close for your
ideas
first
to
property.
help make
The
that
rule
happen.
is
I
within
know that
30
he has had
miles.
some new
So
ideas
California is
on how to do that.
expensive, but
we know the
there's cheap
region
places.
has chimed in with what it believes it can do when it comes to aid and even rebuilding. But the fact of the matter is, right now,
Baba's still going.
hostages go.
But yeah, that's something though, like, dude, even with these properties, and I'm like, okay, the long term, this is why I'm telling you guys, go get your qualification, because some of you you're either going to get a lot less or a lot more than you think you will. And then that way you could really shop effectively. Because again, depending on the terms and conditions of the loan and what you could get, that could drastically change the budget you're shopping in. Google said to overhaul internal learning platform to focus on AI.
People have been killed today around distribution center.
CNBC.
I believe you said that the Israelis are investigating that.
Don't buy a house with anybody. So you're better off taking the money and the long term you have now, go buy a cheap rental property somewhere else that you could afford by yourself, and go rent a room with your friend, or go rent your own place to live in. But don't, your first deal, do not split the property with somebody. Ask anybody. If you could avoid JVs in real estate, I would stay far away from them.
Problems, and as I've said regularly, we all know it's a war zone. It's a war zone.
You can find a house in Cali with a 30K down payment, but you're probably going to need a W-2, a job, and you're going to have to qualify for the payment. You can't have a lot of debt, or you could buy the cheaper areas. I mean, shit, Bakersfield, for crying out loud, that's still California. Hemet is still cheap as fuck. Moreno Valley. There's a lot of places like that.
Yes. Well, again, I can't speak to what the Prime Minister has said.
Is he sharing anything with you?
Why do people say it? Well, I've explained it a lot, like over the years. I don't really have the energy to explain it now. You're either gonna just have to find out or not, man. But yeah, it's not.
Just to follow on.
There's many things, but it's actually one of the main rules to avoid.
We know that President Trump in his first term came up with the deal of the century, which spoke almost in detail about his vision. Let me ask you this. Now, there are 5.5 million Palestinians in between Gaza and the West Bank. And I want to ask you, if there is no position of the State Department at this time, because
Hemet is sketchy, but like,
what I said was I was not
really
going to speak about the issue. I did not say there was no position, sir.
Like, bro, hypothetically, if I was a kid and I had nothing holding me back and I wanted to live in Cali, I would go, and I had 20, 50K and I had a job, I would go buy a cheap ass house in Hemet. Like that, that didn't call it a day. Or Oceanside, but Oceanside's already starting to pop. But yeah, it's like ghetto, but it's not. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It could be very ghetto and it could be very bad, but there's also like Menifee, that got expensive. That was kind of like the nicer Hemet. But yeah, it's not like, it's not it's one of the worser places in California and SoCal, but it's a nice place. It's not like you could, again, you mean what usually happens, all these places in Cali, at one point they're not nice. They're going for $200,000-300 grand, and then 10 years later they're going for $1 million, just as everything gets pushed out. And again, Cali's a nice place, and you're still like Hemet, you're still an hour and a half from LA, hour and a half from San Diego. And that right there, that's the real kicker. It's the commuting towns. So it's sketchy, but it's not. I think you could live there if you really wanted to. I could live there if I really wanted to. If I had nothing holding me back and I wanted, and I was like, wow, I would live there. I wouldn't fucking care.
When we think about what the future will look like, it's allow us to do the work that we're doing right now, focusing on the ceasefire, getting aid into that region, and let the president, who's determined to deal with all of the issues in that region, come to the fore of what happens next, and we will learn that only from Donald Trump. All right, so is this other than the Middle East? Where else are we going?
I do like Northern Cali. Northern Cali has Hemet-like areas that are like 200 grand and shit. EA.
No, I've said no, Saeed was it. Now, where are you coming from?
Yeah, so Temecula, Marietta.
All right, we'll do Iran.
That was the Hemet of today.
Well, we're going
10 years ago. So literally, like 5-10 years ago, people used to hate Temecula and Marietta and Menifee. Now the average price is $1 million. That's Hemet and Oceanside are like the last places. Even Imperial Beach, and then Imperial Beach blew up.
I will not be commenting from this podium.
And then you just start going north and north and north, and then you pass LA, and then we start talking NorCal, and then all of those areas. But NorCal has places like that. NorCal has cheaper, like you could get stuff like it's still like an hour or two out from LA or San Fran, and it's gonna be there. Yeah, I had that Google one.
I don't
think it
know
moved.
if you would consider it clarity, but I can say.
How does it happen? Well, your fucking $4 trillion money supply, kind of sped it up. But it's usually just population. It grows. People stay there. People who own the houses keep them. They don't sell inventory. And then it just starts getting pushed out. And then people are like, I can't drive 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then transportation, too. That's what I think will be the big driver in the next, 40 years for California. I think transportation starts to change the game. That's where Bakersfield goes crazy.
In Oman. So if that is not the U.S. understanding, then
I can't comment on that. Again, the president mentioned a different day. I think that there are individuals involved, obviously, who are working on this, and there will be a final determination, and we will hear about it when that determination is made.
in that context, just very quickly.
One more follow-up, and then we'll go on.
Thank you. Well, just because the president also had mentioned that this Thursday, this week, would be the
but I remember I was making like a year ago. I was showing it on stream, or that was like 2 years ago. Rates were still high, but I was like, dude, there was some. You still could have bought in it was still small, like 900, 1,100, 1,200 square feet. But you could have got a house in Oceanside for like 450. 500, like it was available, and like we're talking like 20 minutes from the fucking ocean. So yeah, like, but that it got a lot more expensive. But it used to be cheaper. Imperial Beach, Oceanside, dirt cheap. Now after all of it, everything started going. But that's what I'm saying. There's places in Cali, they're livable, bro. Like, for real. Like, if I wouldn't, like, we could talk shit about them all day. They could be a fraction of the nice areas, but they're livable, dude. Like, again, even back in the day, Oceanside has always been, like, nice. Again, like, Hemet, there's crackheads and shit. But, like, dude, they have a bunch of government buildings in Hemet. Like, it's not, you could live there. If you wanted a cheap living and own your property and get a deal, like, it works. You have to be willing and make sure you can actually make money living out in these places. Tesla again. We should have taken it again.
Yes.
Oh, Elon.
Massive drone attacks, particularly
Elon, can't you see? Sometimes the EV hypnotize me. I just love your cyber ways. This is how you know that you could talk shit to the president and it's okay.
Russian attacks. Why wouldn't the U.S. let them purchase air defenses, much needed air defense systems?
Well, I can't speak to the details of purchase decisions or negotiations about what we're going to allow to be purchased by an ally. That is the Department of Defense, effectively. What I do know is what the president
it's down on the year, but I pulled that chart out, Connor, and I just started shaking my head.
We certainly, and we've been Ukraine's biggest supporter and defender, literally, is that we want them to have surface-to-air missile protections, right? We want them to be able to deal with incoming missiles. We know that it's been discussed about our European partners who have those systems from us to get them to Ukraine. There's a number of different negotiations and aspects involved in.
I went to
this
University of Arizona. Bear
dynamic
down.
that does not involve the State Department.
Woo!
It's about munitions and
House of
purchasing and all
GOP
of that.
lists fatal
But
mega
I
bill
do know
flaws
is
to
that,
delete
we are
Politico.
doing and continue to wish to do as much as we can. That is not disputed. And I understand the Ukrainians who are great friends of this country and have done. There's
Dollar
no
General?
disputing the
Why are they
bravery
dumping?
and the commitment of the Ukrainian people. If that was ever in
All
doubt
day.
or questionable, this war and how they've defended their nation
The
has
Wildcats.
dispelled any of that.
Yeah, I had a lot of
I
fun.
had the
I
pleasure of
enjoyed
being in a
my time.
bilat with the Ukrainian delegation recently here. And they
Yeah,
are
I
astounding
always have
people,
fun.
and
Y'all
they're
haven't figured that
remarkable,
out
and
yet?
they are committed to
That's what y'all got to start
their
doing, bro.
country
You better
safe
enjoy
and
this
war
shit.
to end.
Hey,
And
it's the
so
only
are
life you
we.
got, bro. You
The
better
United
enjoy
States
right
is
now. It's the only
details
right
of
now you
which
ever gonna get.
Are many, and I can't speak to that.
Woo!
And I certainly would dispute that we are not letting Ukraine do something. The opposite has always been the case. Our goal is to make sure
Coffee
that
prices
this
dropped in
war
New
comes
York
to an end. And we've continued to focus on that.
And Tammy, on that line, I would appreciate if you help us clarify, reports that the United States has redirected some of the promised defensive weapons from Ukraine. Well, supposed to go to Ukraine, but they redirected to the Middle East.
I just thought I missed Tesla yesterday because we were
speak to
so
that. That is not
we saw
something
it
that
develop right in front of
whether
us,
it
and
is
then
or
no,
is
but
not
then did
happening,
another
it's a
4%
decision
today.
that,
That's big.
is clearly one
The
based
orange
in
and
national
grapefruit
security, if
groves in
it's happening,
Hemet?
certainly,
No,
a
I didn't even know that
diplomatic framework
exists.
that if a decision
I've
has been
seen
made, it's not
groves of
something
meth
I'm gonna
heads,
remark on
but I've never
here.
seen. I didn't know they have that. That's awesome.
That's going to be it. We're moving along here. I want to get as many people as I can in today. Yes, sir.
Last week, Pakistan's all-parliamentary delegation.
Okay, where's Trump? Trump was supposed to go on. That's how I
Did he had
stumbled
any meeting
across
in the
this
State
one.
Department, and also has U.S. received any commitment or assurance
Oh, yeah,
from
there it is.
Pakistan that they will stop taking, they will take action against terrorists working from this.
Well, I can tell you that State Department officials, including Undersecretary for Political
No
Affairs
sound.
Alison Hooker, met with the Pakistani parliamentary delegation during a visit they had to Washington last week.
The hunter
She
feels, if
reiterated
you will.
U.S. support for the ongoing ceasefire, as you might
All
imagine.
right.
Thank God.
Well, guys, you guys got 12 minutes.
India
Any
and
off
Pakistan.
topics?
They also discussed
I can't
important
believe
issues
it, bro.
to
The
bilateral
long-term love
relationship,
today.
including
That's
counterterrorism
another one.
cooperation. So that meeting occurred. We also know that Deputy Secretary Landau met with the Indian parliamentary delegation last week, and he also reaffirmed the United States' strong support of India in the
He
fight
might, but
against terrorism.
we need a
and
big
strategic
thing.
partnership
Otherwise, if
between
no
those two
structural
countries.
shift,
Did you
that's
receive
it.
any
Like the
assurance
Watchlist
from
said
Pakistan that
yesterday,
they will
I
take
genuinely
action
think
against
you could
terrorists?
start
I am not
focusing
going to
in on the
discuss details
spending
of those
bill.
conversations.
And that
Also,
date that goes
yes,
through,
ma'am.
that's going to be a
Do you have
real
any
big
updates on the
catalyst, I
temporary
think.
pause on scheduling new
Until then, we're
interviews for
kind of,
serious
everyone's just trying to
applications? Is that
position.
still in effect?
You're going to see a lot of
I can
rotating
tell you,
in
of
and
course,
out
that's
in
a good
movement.
question because
But I
there's
do think
so
that
many
is
other
the
conversations about
that
recent
is your
positions.
short-term catalyst
I
that
do
even
believe
leads
that,
into a structural
we are
shift.
in the
But it's all the
process,
it's all the bill, bro.
we might
Because
have to
the
take
number
this
one
down.
thing that matters for our
That
our
I know
future
last week
and our short term
that we were
to
in
a
the
degree.
process of indicating
No
that
tax
it would
on
be very
tips
soon and
remains
that
in the
people
bill,
should start
says
looking
Leader
for those
Thune.
spaces to open up regarding appointments. Nothing has changed.
Slovakia
in our
won't
encouraging
back
still
sanctions
people
on
to
Russia
apply
without an energy
for
deal.
Those student visas. This was a matter.
We
of
haven't
making
gotten
sure
any changes
that the
on
process that we
agriculture.
were expecting
Shopify,
out of consulates and embassies
20 cent pop,
was
30
proper
cents.
when it came to what we expected them to be able to vet for.
Thank you. Of course, I
And that
hope you got a
process,
long
we were
term.
told,
That's all that- all you
would
need.
be rapid. And I think at this point,
Thank
what
me
I
by
can
not
reassert
getting
here
banned and
is
with the
that
long term.
people
Thank
should
you.
watch for those spaces to be open, should continue to apply. This is not going to be a lengthy or an ongoing dynamic.
The money
It was
supply,
meant
well,
for
that's
a
why we want the
specific,
bill, but this is what I keep warning
almost
people
an
against.
administrative
It's
adjustment.
going to be different.
And
It's
I
not
would
going to
hope,
be
perhaps
as
go
simple
back
as
and get
money
more on
supply
this,
going
but
up
I think
because the
that's where it
nature of the
stands, and
bill
perhaps on Thursday
relies
I
on
can
a
do something more
major
specific
tax
for you on
cut.
the record. And another reminder to the people watching at home,
Slovakia.
when I say we're going to take something
Brother.
back, it means that we're going to get an answer to that question for the reporter and get it right back to them as well. And so that'll also help us for the next briefing also.
Well, thank you.
Afghanistan, yes ma'am, Afghanistan. Afghanistan.
I thought they were talking about LA.
Let's keep this in order, please. Let's go ahead.
Thank you so
They
much.
want to get rid of the
As
orange
you know,
groves and
Afghanistan
build homes?
situation
Oh,
is
what?
critical, but different
Why?
people,
I just thought
different
that
like
sounds
Zal
cool.
Khalil, our former ambassador in
Yeah, I didn't
Iraq
know
and
that.
Afghanistan. He has a positive idea, but unfortunately,
Tomorrow is
yesterday there
CPI.
was a,
So tomorrow you get
war
CPI,
started
next
and
day you get
Taliban claimed
PPI
that this is
or
from
Friday.
ISIS.
But yeah,
Number
starting
one.
tomorrow,
Do you
we
think
really
still
start going
ISIS
downhill in
is still
terms of
active in
catalyst.
Afghanistan?
Today's kind of
And
dry.
my second question
But yeah, CPI,
is still
very, very
some
big.
Afghan
And then again, I
who
think
was
NVIDIA
SIV and
CEO
one of
Jensen,
people
I think he's tomorrow as well
left
too.
behind in Afghanistan,
He's just having some
Pakistan,
conference thing
Iran. Do you have any update for them to come to the United States, please?
for light
Well, first, I
rail.
can't speak
God, we
right
suck
now
at
on
rail.
the internal dynamic of what's happening.
But I don't know. Some of you should look into it though. I feel like
problem between
if
people
nothing's
or
holding
claims
some of
about
y'all
ISIS
back
being
and you
active
want
and
and you got a
violent
job
threats ensuing,
and
but
you
let's
could
take
get like
that
a
back and see
FHA
what-
loan and
what,
shit, bro.
that is.
You
I
could
do
literally
know,
go buy like a
that
3-bedroom house in
the-
Hemet
for
and
the
it'll be
visa
like 10 grand to
restrictions,
get the keys.
and
that's call it a day.
Afghanistan, that
So
there
I'm
is
living it for a year. If you hate it or can get addicted to meth, just sell it
for the
and go to
SIV
rehab
visas.
and call it a day.
The
That's it. And
proclamation
then if
that
it
was
works
used
out, maybe you
announcing
move on
this
up to another
states
place.
that Afghan special immigrant visas
So,
are
yeah.
accepted. I'll say exempted from the suspension of entry to the United States. Consular processing of Afghan SIVs, including Afghan SIV interviews, continues at U.S. embassies and consulates around the world. All right. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Me?
Yes, you. Yes, sir. You. Yes, thank you. All right. If we're
Would I
going to have
consider Pepsi for
disruptions,
the
we're
long
gonna-
term?
Let's make it.
Same
let's
price as
stop
5
this
years
quick
ago.
together.
We
Let's
could
move,
talk
please.
about it, but
Let's
are
get,
you okay? I haven't seen you in a long time. Is everything okay?
Right now. So we are going to.
Maybe we should worry about that. Are you fine? Is everything okay?
And
Because I ain't seen you in probably like
Thank
2
you very
months,
much.
and now you
Thank
just
you
like
very much.
asking me what to
Now
buy.
we will go.
But
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
are you
very
okay?
much.
It's been a long time since I've
As
seen
you
you.
know, the Iraqi federal government
I hope you're doing
has
okay.
cut the
Are you
budget
good?
and salary of the Kurdistan region. Have you addressed this issue with Baghdad? What is your position on the matter?
You have a kid now?
Yes, we're
No
aware
way.
of this. We are
Well,
aware of this.
congrats. But yeah, 'cause I have
and
not
we
seen
urge
you in a
Baghdad
very
and Erbil
long
to
time.
resolve their issues through constructive
This is the
dialogue
State
consistent with their
Department.
constitutional
Remember you used
responsibilities.
to get the fake
Resolving
Jonah
the
Hill guy?
salaries issue
Now you
quickly
get this
sends a
lady.
signal that Iraq is creating an environment in which U.S. companies would want to invest. Successful resolution would also send a positive signal on broader cooperation for the benefit of all Iraqis, such as reopening the Iraq-Turkey pipeline.
Well, yeah.
and
So,
additional
like, I'll tell you though,
exploration,
honestly,
including with
if you
US
haven't
companies.
really been locked
When
in
speaking
and you
with
haven't
senior
been here
Iraqi
for a while,
officials,
I
such as
don't
Prime
think the
Minister
first thing you should be
Soudani,
doing is
Secretary
buying
Rubio
shit
has emphasized
without like kind of
the
catching up to
importance of
speed.
stability
So we've talked
and
about
prosperity
Pepsi a
in
lot.
Iraq and
That's
the
why I
region.
said that.
He has
But
done the same in
it
recent
just passed
meetings
ex-dividend,
and
so it's
conversations
kind of weird.
with
It's even
KRG
harder now.
President Barzani and KRG Prime Minister Mansour Barzani.
A rental
US
as a
support
first
for a strong,
property,
resilient
if it's a
Iraqi
good deal,
Kurdistan
good value,
region
and everything
remains
else,
a crucial
yeah,
element
that's if
of
it
our
works.
relationship with
It just all has
Iran.
to make sense. You don't have to
Another
live in your first
question.
property.
Yo,
Yo, Nvidia, I think people are realizing, like I'm telling you, there's literally, I think Jensen is speaking tomorrow.
The ICC
So
sanctions
if you want to play by the room or sell the news, and then again, that's breaking out now here, end of the day. We got Power Hour in 5 minutes.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, Defense Minister Gallant were sanctioned.
Jonah
But the
Capital
presiding
Hill.
judge, the third judge in the pretrial chamber of France, was not sanctioned. What was the reasoning behind sanctioning only 2 of the 3 members and not the presiding judge of that chamber?
Yeah, again, that obviously was a internal diplomatic decision made very specifically about specific individuals, which I won't discuss.
So it was a diplomatic decision.
Well, it's what the decisions that go into the nature of when to do a sanction. Obviously, there's a combination of conversations involving national security, what's in the best interest of the United States, what's in the
recognize
best
you, baby.
interest
What's
of our
going on?
diplomacy, certainly with
I've been
our
talking to you
ally
all day.
Israel, and our own national security and the messages that we send when it comes to expecting America.
Bro,
to
I
be
can't
treated
wait
with
to
respect,
post a
and to
screenshot
be
of my
treated,
long term and get unfollowed.
with, some
Fuck yeah.
modicon of
But yeah,
decency
this
when it
long
comes
term's
to
loving
the
all of
international
this.
scene.
We got one more
I
hour
think that
though,
makes
so we
that
need to
clear,
go a
but
lot
in
bigger or a
the
lot
sense of
lower.
the details of that, of course, I can't comment on that here. All right, yes, sir, at the end here.
Question
Long
about
term,
4-8.
good.
Would you be
But
able
listen,
to
man,
share any update on the
lock
status
in
of
though.
PEPFAR?
That's it. I don't care
understand
if you
Secretary
leave or
Rubio
come
said
back.
last month
but there is no benefit of leaving and not locking in. I can't help y'all. So I don't care what light, and I have a commitment to you. I will help you, all of you. But you got to follow the rules, and I'm expecting you to keep up with me.
Rubio referenced an estimated
Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Trump told Netanyahu he still wants to defuse Iran.
Prevention of mother-to-child transmission services based on
let's
the
go,
full
baby.
operational capacity of all the operational active awards. It's 85%. That is a correct number. That is as of March 24th,
Listening every day, baby. Let's
2025.
go. Amen. But that's what I'm saying. I think you guys, I let some of y'all slide over the years, but it's your life. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not going to be listening, no one's going to go back for you on shit, man. And that's why it's like, if you haven't paid a lot of attention, your first thought shouldn't be like, okay, I haven't been watching what's in the markets.
Sure,
Let's spend a bunch of money and buy some shit.
not
You know what I'm
a
saying?
surprise.
But if
Students
you lock
causing when
in,
a cable is something
pay
sent out
attention,
from
you
the
gotta
State Department,
gotta stay
forced
involved. Like I'm
tuitions,
saying,
worldwide,
I could tell based on some of these little changes.
essentially
I
that
could just
Disney
see.
mortgages
Oh my
and
gosh, you're ripping.
and sometimes
Okay, well Trump is talking right now, bro. Google went
this case,
crazy.
it was an order
Holy
regarding
shit!
positions,
Chinese
regarding
delegation
USA,
has returned,
that they were
expected to
be,
resume. Nah, there has to be a
that was
positive
something
one.
that was
That's
previewed
bigger
in
than that.
February when
That's
we,
way too big.
related
It's not
the
even power hour yet. This is nothing on the shot.
the
This is news.
reorganization,
Nothing on the shot clock
renovation,
makes
if you will,
sense.
of USA
Unlike every other
that
move,
are
though, you don't have
efforts
currencies
around
playing
the world,
along.
matched
You had
up with,
Nvidia leading
the
it.
United States to the American
Honestly, I think
agenda.
it's just a pop.
So this was a cable.
So be on the lookout for trade development. There's Lutnick. Boom. Talks are going well. Hope they end this evening. That's it. That's it. Positive Lutnick comment. So don't get too jumpy. The market just gonna melt up. Nvidia started leading it. I was just telling you about the Nvidia buy the rumors, sell the news, but that's just a positive comment from Lutnick. So I don't know if it'll have crazy follow through, but you were just melting up anyways. Go back to the same theme that you were already dealing with. I don't know. Did any of you take the Nvidia? That just moved up right there. I don't know. I forgot they have the conference Wednesday or Thursday. Nvidia will be speaking. Let's see. Is there any cheap ones? You know what? Why not? Gimme. Intel's insane, bro. Oh, Core Weave instead? That's honestly not a bad idea. But yeah, so pretty much an NVIDIA conference tomorrow. I totally forgot about it, but then buy the rumors, sell the news. And then Spy is ripping off Lutnick comments. Yeah, Nike all day. Yeah, he's tomorrow. Free the Chad? Do you guys want to free them? It is power hour. Is there any final off topics? Because if I free them and it gets off topic, I am going to ban you. So let's get it out now, because if I free them all, that's it. Then we lock in. So get it out now while you still can. But you get this, I think the news just helped it out, but you were already kind of playing this melt up today. Airlines are all going nuts right now here into the close. Yeah, look, what's going on with airlines? Yo, airlines, UAL, Delta, Southwest. Persian room? No, I haven't. Which area was that? The one with crackheads was Hemet. Airbnb is fire. I agree. Why no Twitch streams? It's just hard to, people have trouble following rules, so I'm just trying to focus. And I can't handle 2 chats at one time. It's not my job. It's just there for a backup. So yeah. Oil's down, it is. The Kava video is just funny. I laughed. Delta Airlines, bro. UAL, Delta, I have no idea what's going on, but they pop with the Lutnick stuff, and they're still kind of dominating the high ticker right now. Even AMD's came back up. Yalla. All right, well, Rapparoony Chattadoony. China is ripping. Trustworthy media source? That's like asking me of like the least dangerous gun. So yeah, I think you know the answer. You just got to learn to think for yourself, take in a multitude of sources, and don't get too certain. Yeah, I see Baba, China, they're all going up right now. And the SPY is right at the high. Ta-da! The monthly payment estimate on Zillow, it is accurate, but sometimes it really is wrong on insurance and taxes. So just make sure you're there. Because it calculated one of mine. I did it the other day, and it totally whiffed on the insurance. Because the insurance was huge. So just make sure you verify that. Baba, AMD, again, the chips, bro. A lot of things are starting to pick up. So yeah, again, the Lutnick comments, you already had a positive day without it. So keep all of that in mind, and now we wrap it up. Hey, the Plague! Thanks for getting me in a real estate, baby. Another clause. Philo, help me carry the spirit. Amen. Bro, you're the spirit, Nikki B. Hey, the battle is you, Nikki B. You are the light, bro. Oh, yeah. Hard. Amen. Amen. Yes. All right. Well, Baba, AMD, and all those, I think we just went through it. I'll free them so you guys could have background play. So no more off topics. Please get back to the market. And now they are freed. Wait for it. Boom. Perfect. Okay, they have been freed. You should be able to lock your phone now. You start a new job, you're gonna miss us? It's okay, man. It's okay. You better fucking take the lessons and actually do it. If you come back in a year or two and like, hey, Josh, I used to listen. I'm back now, but I didn't do anything you fucking said. I'm going to slap you, okay? So you better get that long term. You better check in on the Twitter once a month at minimum, all right? You know what I'm saying? At least you better check in on the trading fraternity. Go to the post tab, and I want to hear it, bro. I want to hear it. All right, Ripperoonie. There she goes. Ta-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm in a coat. Hey. Everything's starting to come back up. Oh. You know, I got you. I hope, man. I hope. I'll be praying for you, man, and keep it up. And that's good, man. More money means more long-term, but you got to do right with it. That's what I'm saying. So even then, you either got to get fully locked in, or once you started on the journey, actually stick with it. So good luck, bro. I'm glad to hear. President Trump is poised to repeal Biden's curbs on power plant pollution. Hey, yo, who makes power plants? Would that be Constellation? Who else does it? Constellation might rip off of that. They're saying the curb the power plant pollution. Executive order. What do you mean a pending? Give it the fill. They say a pending, a Liz pending. Who's a Liz pending? I don't know a Liz pending. Give it to me, Habibi. You're too much. They don't. I say screw them. Oklo? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, look at the algo. What the fuck? Nuclear don't pollute like that, bro. That's why they do nuclear. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. These never go, though. That's the thing that sucks. Yeah, bro, the Coldplay's like never run. I don't know. Philo will change your life. There was no Intel news. I think just part of value. Right now, I like this. I'm putting out a stream alert. Essentially, you could expect either end of this week or next week, maybe longer, maybe sooner. But there's going to be like an executive order on curbing power plant pollution. I like that. So let's see what happens. Philo yesterday had Proverbs 25:2. That was the verse. The kings. Number. It just sometimes might lag you for like a day or two. Like usually when people change numbers and the cards, it just kind of throws you in that, like, you know, just the process of shifting. But no, you're not cooked, as the kids say. No cooking here. All vegan. No? No? Okay. I'm gonna just stop. Dog, the fucking long term, bro. Big fan. I know today was, again, we had these little pullbacks. That one got a little aggressive, but kind of amazing, man. Just once again, you have just day after day, and now it's just like we're climbing up new highs. You're getting back to the previous, literally, I think we're what? 60, 50? That's the next one. 60, 50, 60, 70? No, 60, right here, bro. 60, 41. Holy fuck. Yeah, and then 47. If you get above here in the 50s, then yeah, we're 100 points within all-time highs. Like literally, which you have done. To put it in perspective, you've pretty much done at 40 points this week. Or pretty much middle of last week till today. Shout out to, bro, the long term. That's it. Just, you guys, I hope you feel this good and you still have your optimism when it eventually goes down. But for now, you're in the fucking lead. And I think you see the potential of what you could do with your money. And I'm glad some of y'all planned ahead. And again, you're right. You don't think about it. Imagine the emotions. You don't got to chase. You know what? This is beautiful. But like I'm saying, it did go down and you had a crash course in that this year. So remember, plan, stick to the plan, the goal, regardless of if it goes up or down, because the stuff that we bought that's allowing us this now, we bought it before. We bought it when last time the market was down. So think about that. Yeah, GG's, bro. Chop. addicted to making long terms. I feel you, bro. I don't even got kids. I got multiple. I feel you, bro. I feel it's not, and then they go just straight up. Whoa! I'm gonna get too hyped. Yeah, that comment, the Lutnick comment, is what got us. We were already like moving up at VWAP, and then we were getting into literally power hour. Then Lutnick comments just broke you through, and then we set another high. Ron G, welcome, baby. DD on the high, DFDV, we saw that, and then Nibis. Allah, again, the China names, we saw those earlier. AMD, Nvidia, chips on fire 2 days in a row, and then Tesla. NASDAQ up 3/4 almost, SPY 0.5. Russell, though, notice now the NASDAQ is better than the Russell. Remember, Russell was up 1% at one point today while we were barely moving. When would you buy a house with the long term? Man, you just said your long term went positive? Because you're not listening, huh? You know when to buy a house with the long term. Whenever you get a... All right. We freed the chads, right? Yeah. Ah! Okay. Well, let me go pee. Get me a prot again.
Countries, especially...
I'm hungry.
The political environment we're in right now is,
God
do I
bless
build,
America,
buy, or
baby.
partner with a hypercenter?
I'll
Do
see
I
you
build
in a
out
little
my
bit.
own
Follow me on
hypercenter
Instagram,
infrastructure
Fraternity.
locally?
Real Coke
Do
News
I
on
buy it
Twitter.
from somebody who I'm allied with because we share the same democratic values or some other value system? Or do I just sit out the race? And I think there's a few regions that have decided they do want to compete at the frontier as hypercenters, right? You have the Middle East, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you have the UAE, you certainly have Europe, you have Japan, India, Singapore. These are the hypercenters now building out their local infrastructure, what they're calling sovereign AI capacity, or the goal is to have infrastructure independence over their own destiny. And I think this is probably the single biggest sort of geopolitical story of our times, right? Is governments now see AI as a core national piece of infrastructure, a core national capability. And some of them are realizing they want full control over that stack. And so they're turning to open source partners like Mistral, for example, in Europe, to build out that stack entirely locally, whereas other countries are partnering with China. And I think our job here in America is to make sure, kind of like we did in post-World War II with the Marshall Plan, that our allies come along with us and we build an ecosystem, a global ecosystem that's built on a stack that reflects our values.
You've made the point as well that this isn't an optional game.
Right.
We have to win it.
That's right. I mean, what we saw with the release of DeepSeek earlier this year, right, was even though there were a ton of experts going up in front of Congress a year ago saying very confidently, oh, you know, the US is 6 years ahead of China. They're so far behind us in AI. And we should talk about slowing down the progress here until we can figure out exactly how to manage all the risks. And what DeepSeek came out and said was, with or without you, we're rolling forward. And we're going to open source the best frontier models. And we're going to ship them to the rest of the world. And so I think that changed the calculus completely, where this race is happening with or without us. Right? Look, it was an extraordinary piece of engineering that DeepSeek put out, right, from China. What it also showed was that our adversaries aren't waiting around for us to get our act together. And so, you know, one way or the other, we don't have a choice but to win.
It's been great catching up with you and hearing your insights. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Thanks for having me.
It's Anj Midha joining us right here at One Market. We are getting some breaking news on the trade front. For that, we go to Megan Casella, and she has that for us. Speaking of the United States and China, Megan?
Hey, Scott, that's right. So talks now in London are restarting for the third time today. Chinese officials arriving back to the Lancaster House in London to meet with those U.S. officials after they took a dinner break earlier today. And when they arrived, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick spoke on the ground to reporters there, giving just a little bit of a readout and a sense of how things are going. He said talks so far are going, quote, really, really well, that they are trying to finish things today. He says he thinks that talks will end tonight. He hopes they end tonight, but that if need be, they could continue into tomorrow. He also said the teams have their heads down right now. So if talks do continue into tomorrow, Scott, one big question is whether Scott Bessent would continue to be on the ground in London. He's scheduled to be on Capitol Hill tomorrow for testimony. It was one of the reasons we thought there was a hard stop tonight and that he would be back in Washington tomorrow for that. There is some question, though, that Lutnick and the Trade Representative Jameson Greer could continue on, even if Bessent does have to return home. So we have queries out to the White House and Treasury Department.
Google searches are being replaced by chatbots, eliminating the need to click blue links, causing referrals to news sites to drop. Wall Street Journal reported on Tuesday.
Much earlier, several hours ago now.
Yo, it's something on Google and WSJ.
These negotiators did take their dinner break.
And then PwC.
But now that it's just about 8 p.m. in London,
Something
they are
on advisory
now for their third round of talks, even today, after that
offers
full day of talks
buyout
yesterday.
for search and ad units.
Appreciate your reporting. And the update will follow the markets.
Oh,
over
so
this
people
final
are,
stretch
wait,
here.
there's
Megan,
multiple
thank you.
things
Megan
going on
Cassell,
right
North
now.
Lawn of the White House.
So there's that one, and then literally there's another thing. There's a Washington Journal report, and that's probably what it ties into. But they're saying that, like, all of these websites, it's fucking up vacations, health tips, and summarized search results. And now, yeah, it's pretty much hurting traffic to certain people. I could have told you that. They've been banning my ass forever. I don't know. It doesn't sound too crazy, but I think it's hitting like it's an exclusive. I think it's probably going to recover. Unless I don't think the buyout thing, I think people are taking that as negative. Remember, we had the overhaul news, but this one's interesting. It's saying it's denting traffic. But yeah, this is going around right now. Google AI tools affecting website traffic. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's the other one. Yeah, very interesting. We'll see, but remember, we just had earnings, so everybody gets worried about this, but then remember, they killed it on ads last one. So it's kind of that game, but we'll see. I don't think they'll refund it, but they're just saying that now that when people are Googling, it's just showing you like an AI thing, and it's not leading to people clicking on travel websites and then news websites. So literally they're saying traffic from Huffington Post and mobile websites has fell over half in the past 3 years. But then again, it's like, yeah, because you guys, nobody likes listening to that anymore. But I don't know. Very interesting. All manipulation in the short term, so get a long term. Woo! I mean, Huffington Post was the GOAT when I was in college. You loved that shit. I was a big fan. And then I discovered the truth. But then I think the other one about the people taking the buyouts, because again, they were just saying they're revamping it. I think people took it negative, or the algo did. All right, is Ethereum coming up? And then Riot, Mara, that was earlier. Tesla's still there. We got 40 minutes. All right, not bad. You just long time away, brethren. Yeah, Google offers buyouts to employees in search and ad unit. That's from the information. And the other one, this came out at the same exact time. That was the other one I was telling you. Senior executive speaking to staff today. That was the buyout one. Okay, SPY back up. Watch your chip names. Tesla is the winner of the day. Google's coming right back up. They just wanted to scam everybody. Chips are actually kind of coming down. Intel's going up. Bloomberg endorses Como for New York City mayor. All right, that's interesting. Como. People don't want search engines. It's just a generational thing. I'm telling you, bro. Like the young people, I've even heard people with kids talk about it. And they're like, yeah, my kids just fucking chat GPT everything. But then everybody else just Googles. So I really think there's a huge rift with like the demographics of age. I think the young people, they're like, why would you Google? They're just AI, bro. They literally like voice chat GPT. Have you ever seen, do you know how many people do that? It's actually kind of crazy. They literally like talk to chat GPT. They give him a voice or whatever, and they talk to their chat GPT. They're like, hey, chat GPT, how do you do this? Hey, chat GPT, how do I do this? What's this mean? What happens if this? And yeah, then that's it. Yeah, they don't use Siri either. They use chat GPT voice. I see it. Oh, dude, my girl, she's starting to do it because her friends started to do it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy. I'm like, what? I'm like, just Google shit. I don't even Google, though. I'm like, I hate everybody. So, yeah. But that is, I think it's a demographic thing, to be honest. You should try it. I talk to myself in a room with humans who listen in a chat room. That's as far as I could go. I never talk to Siri. Dude, I have 18 personalities in my head. Why the fuck I'm gonna talk to an app? Y'all got me messed up, bro. You know how much fun I have talking to myself? Hey, Josh. I know, Josh, you could do that. We don't talk to computers. That's weird. That's weird. Exactly. I'd rather talk to myself with the several political figures. Maybe I'm losing it. Maybe I'm not, but I'm in touch with reality. Talking to your phone. Hey, ChatGPT, it's not a person. It's a sheep in sheep's clothing. And all I gotta say is, hook 'em Longhorns. Amen. Look at the Iraqis. Wow, everybody cares about the Middle East all of a sudden. Now watch this drive. Boom. What's happening? I hate Josh. Stock market lie. He's going cuckoo. Oh, talk about stocks. Oh, talk about stocks right now, Josh. I don't care. You outperform. I don't listen. Talk about that. So yeah, I'd rather do that than talk to a robot. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. People might judge you for it, but I judge you for talking to the robot. I'm a human. I'm real, kind of. I'm an AI. I told you AI. I told you guys I was an AI before AI. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the thing. If you switch the accounts, it technically does a sell, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's like a tax thing, but as long as you move over the account, I think you could limit the opening and closing. But no, other than that, you have to like transfer the whole account. And then if you run into any issues, they'll actually close it and reopen it. And then you're left with that. Have I ever talked to my girlfriend with these voices? Oh, yeah. Have you not seen the vlogs? You should have seen it, bro. I'm funny. My girl loves it. It's actually way more fun with just me and my girl. Because then she can't cancel me. And, like, she doesn't get mad. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You'd be surprised. We have a blast, bro. Just Pam and Tim. I do use AI in the morning. I use AI a lot. I mean, how do you guys think I get you all this data? I was already using stuff before. It just wasn't called AI. And now AI just makes you faster and more efficient. So, but yeah, we have a lot of tools. My girls, yeah, you remember? I feel like she's like secretly a liberal because she was born and raised in Europe, bro. Because she right away pull out all of the liberal talking points. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, do a Biden voice. She goes, or Trump, she goes, they're eating the dogs. Like, oh man. Would I ever use AI for stock ideas? Oh no, dude. Dude, one of you guys, I posted like these plays, and then you asked Grok to explain the plays. and I read it all, and I had such a relief, dude. You know that? Because I read it, and I was like, oh, dude, AI is never going to replace me. I'm telling you. I don't care how smart you think that bitch get, bro. Oh, dude, that thing, man. So I have my spot with this whole, like, understanding thing. Oh, yeah, I don't think it'll give you an idea, but that's up to you, dog. But yeah, I don't think it's going to replace me. I really doubt it. So I'll leave that in God's hands. It's up to God. That's the only guy I care about. Only thing I'm threatened by, technology-wise. I'm more like an entity-wise. But yeah, it's not. Dude, it's dumb. It could give you some good ideas here and there, but I read it and I was like, geez, dude, it has no idea what's going on. Yeah, it cannot, dude, the stock market's hard. There's a lot going on, like context and everything. And if you just ask a computer, bro, it really, they have algos and they know some things, but yeah, there's always just a element that's missing. And then if it highlighted something, you could ask it certain questions and it just highlights how much it doesn't really know. It'll sound correct though, so you got to watch out for that. But yeah. I still use Midjourney. I've never used ChatGPT image. No, I use Midjourney still. Nico! Oh, what up, baby? The gorilla AI videos? No, I'm getting the Jesus vloggers. I love it. I showed my mom it, and she loved it too. It's so cool to see. The deep research is good, but that should take forever, bro. I be doing deep searches, and I'm like, all right, bro, I don't even want to know the answer anymore. Stupid ass. He's like, okay, first we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do this. I figured out this, and then I'm gonna scan. I'm like, all right, man, dude. It's been fucking 1,000 seconds. Can we chop, bro? Chop. Ah. It lacks the connective tissue development. Nico's like, I had to say that. It does though. It really, dude, it's amazing. Because I like AI, it's still cool. It can tell you a lot, but yeah. Very, very wild. Yeah, it could help quantify, define things. It could help organize things, but, like understanding why like something has became increasingly more or less valuable, it doesn't really understand. It doesn't. I don't even think it has the knowledge of it, but I don't think it knows the wisdom or the understanding. But we'll see. Maybe one day. AGI. OPXS. Optics. Okay, Spy's coming back down. I think Google, just a little bit of a haircut. Just continued this trend after that. Let's see where Meta is. And then Microsoft. Microsoft went up. Microsoft and Google have inversed each other today. Slightly. Oh, who else was it? Snapchat. They faded the spectacles. Equal weight's dumping. Everything's kind of dumping. That's 330, so it actually takes you back to the previous high. So yeah, we will see. I think SJM, I feel like the money's leaving them, and then it's going into all those UPS and Target plays. Well, yeah, that got noticeably worse from the morning. I think, yeah, like below 9. I don't know, though. SJM has not done anything for years. It's always looked like this. My whole entire life, I swear SJM has done nothing. It popped one time, and then that's it. It's been here for a decade. Longer. I know, it was a good day, baby. I hope you have a good one, too, man. Be safe. Enjoy it. Welcome to Tuesday, and then tomorrow morning we got CPI, so that'll be our first big set of data. Bitcoin's ripping into all of this, so that's the only thing I see on the high ticker. Bitcoin and Tesla, Google coming back up. Watch if Microsoft goes with it. Allstate, I saw a couple of other insurance plays on the low. But yeah, crypto, even bonds got a bit into the bell. Sell the news on China? Oh, I don't know. Because I didn't even, dude, that was weird. All we did was pop off a damn Lutnick comment. But, like, I thought the conversation was ending today. And then they said there's round 3. So, I think it'll be another carrot leading to another carrot. I don't know about the news, but I even put it out on one of the stream alerts. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the fact. Right? Or buy the hype, sell the fact is kind of the remix to that. So there might be buy hype and then sell the fact, and then we get another carrot and then do that again. Is NVO a 10-year hold? You're asking about the NVO I put in my long term? Let me ask you, how long do you intend on holding your membership? That's my question. So I see ask about long-term stock in long-term portfolio, and I raise you membership question. So I call and raise. So yeah, if it's in the long term, that plan is easy. 10 years minimum. No questions about it. No, nothing. It's very straightforward. It goes in, it doesn't move. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's so simple. That's why this question is easy. All right, Tesla and Bitcoin again. Ethereum. Well. Actually, where is it? Where's it? TAM still going? It's kind of crazy. A lot of other, like, XLF, XLV, XLP, all coming down right now. So you got a couple of things like Tesla and crypto, but I don't know, man. This is weird. ASTS, this space on the high. How's life, man? It's good, bro. I'm very, very blessed. How about you, man? Where you been? I hope the launch are... You've been working, right? Are they still limiting you on the purchases? ODFL? Yeah, bro. All right, TEM again. 50 out of that's really good for a poker tournament. Microsoft is working on a deal to add 1 million Copilot users from a single customer, exec says in internal meeting. New company? Nice. You had to sell the Palantir ones? Oh, you moved industries. No way. What do you do now? So you're not in finance anymore? What? You went full pivot? I've been hearing that though, bro. People have been saying so many finance bros have pivoted to tech and AI, and then none of the AI tech guys can pivot to finance. So it's a nice skill set to have. Well, that's cool, bro. I didn't know you moved. Where'd you go? Customer's a large business. I think it just sounds like a customer, to be honest. Energy, nice. Well, Nightco. Bro, are you doing like nuclear and like AI energy? That's hype though, man. Congrats. I hope you like it, and I hope it is very fruitful. And I hope it means more long-term now. Yeah, if you said you joined Herbalife, I'm on. So yeah, I got into Herbalife in Vima. It's called Verve. Alright, 22 minutes remaining. Def more long. Oh, you're good, babe. T-Zoo, I forgot what they do. Alright. Tesla. What is this, bro? Another 6% is insane. Herbalife, just a multi-level marketing scam. One of the OG ones. It just gets really popular. You were in Vima, you better have a long term now. Everybody got into Vima. Oh, it was an interesting time. That was like crypto before crypto, when all the young kids wanted a bunch of money without working. Yeah, MLMs. It had an era. Starbucks to roll out Microsoft Azure OpenAI Assistant. Is that who they were just talking about? Did Starbucks just leak the news? Yeah, Starbucks been doing good. Again, Microsoft, Google, very interesting back and forth. But now they're both up. Honestly, big tech didn't do that bad. NASDAQ and Russell matched up. SPY 0.4, I think equal weight. Kind of similar. Dow not as good. And then, yeah. Here we are, my friends. 20 minutes left. Amazon preparing to launch next batch of Project Cooper satellites with United Launch Alliance. 27 satellites. Cake pop. Bro, I haven't had it in so long. You were there, Nightco. You remember when I used to get Starbucks every day? I just don't do it. I don't have egg. I haven't had egg bites and cake pops in years now. I don't know what happened. I know. You know that. You remember that, what was it? It was like Key Rock Orange. You wanted that M3 Vima, the orange one. Oh, man. I never wanted an orange Mercedes so bad in my life, bro. You have no idea. Good times, bro. Good times. Tell you, it was crypto before crypto. Now you got Michael Saylor rapping cars and shit. I feel he don't even do. He's just like, no, what we did was we wrapped the bond around the security, and then we sold that to investors at zero, and then we wrapped that, and then we bundled it into another tranche, and then we wrapped that in orange, and now we sell it to you for 1/10 of the value. It's working. He doesn't understand our model. I don't. Man, what the fuck? Avon, that's the pink Cadillacs. Alrighty, coming back down. You got to hit a lot of highs. I mean, unfortunately, we saw 2 big rips down. So it's like you could give all of this up in a second. So I'm not going to speak too soon because you went from Lutnick hit a new high to now all of that is wiped out. And now if that you do that move one more time, you go negative. So yeah, but you have 20 minutes left, 18 minutes. So Rapparoony, Chattadoony, you got the CPI tomorrow morning. So that's all you got to be looking out for. The bond report. Oh, Mary Kay? I thought pink cars was Avon. What? I thought Avon. Isn't it Avon Mary Kay, or am I tripping? Your aunt had 3 or 4 of them? Oh, your aunt was a beast then. She had 3 pink Mary Kay cars? MLM or not, she probably had some sales skills. That's crazy. Mary Kay? Oh, wow. And then Avon copied them? No way. Well, one of them has the color trademark. Do you know that? So I think if it is Mary Kay, that color of pink is trademark. Did you know it? Only they could make that color pink. It's a specific kind of pink that is trademarked. They trademarked and made the color. Believe it or not. Your mom has the pink Escalade? That's insane. Because you got to sell a fuck ton. So that's amazing. Again, it's still like an MLM. But yeah, those people getting cars, or they probably would have made millions in real estate too. If they wanted to. Because it's all sales, bro. It's actually nuts. Yeah, I didn't think that many people had whips. You guys were all like, oh, I know somebody with one. I thought that was like rare. I really thought that was like a rare thing, but no, a lot of you were like, oh yeah. You gotta change your car wrapping plans now? Yeah, that one, you can't wrap it that pink. They'll sue you. You gotta earn that pink, son. Tesla, yeah, they said that earlier. The first pictures, first cyber cab in Austin. That was part of the rally today. But yeah, I need to go pee. No ad.
To commercials, television commercials.
I'm at the Trade of
The
Fraternity.
voice
Real
actors,
code
most
news
of
on
them are nobodies
Twitter.
except they're talented, and they actually can sell you the product. And I think that's what you're going to get mostly in video games. Occasionally, they want that voice you can trust. You know, so it'll be the voiceover in State Farm or something will be an actor that you recognize. But no, I think that there's plenty of room. And again, there are people who make a living doing voices in games. The other aspect of this was motion capture. Mm-hmm. And those people are supremely talented. Essentially, they're stuntmen doing the physical actions. And the guys like in Madden NFL, you want your player to look like an NFL player. They hire ex-NFL and NCAA players to be those people. Yes.
Michael Wilberg, Ed's a Heartbreak. Gotta leave it there. Really appreciate it. Always good to see you. Michael Pachter, Managing Director, Equity Research over at Bloomberg Securities. 15 minutes until the close of trading. Equities holding on to their gains. This is Bloomberg.
That's the second time I had to stop midstream. Thank you, CNBC.
We're back on this Closing Bell special, the next wave in AI. Our next guest counts the biggest names in tech among her top holdings, but is also thinking about the next wave of investments that will bring big returns. Anka Crawford is portfolio manager at Alger, and she joins me now. It's good to see you. I'm sorry I'm not at Post 9 with you, but it's so good to have you part of our special. So I mentioned you are invested in the biggest names, but you are uniquely also thinking about the themes of tomorrow. In your mind, what are they going to be as it relates to tech and AI?
I think, AI is the biggest theme for tomorrow. But if you think about all of the tech that we need to be invested in, it's going to be autonomous vehicles, EV, power, AI, robotics. I think those 5 themes are really going to take us through the next decade.
When you tick all those off, you check the box of what stock?
Good question. You know, the publicly traded stock that you can invest in today is obviously Tesla. It doesn't touch all of those, but it touches a majority of them. And you know, with humanoids, solar and batteries, autonomous. So it touches, you know, really all of the 3 of the trends, and AI. So it touches 3 of the trends, or 4 of the trends of the 5, and you know, is a really interesting stock, despite all the kerfuffling that we're hearing recently.
Yeah. How are you thinking about the competitive landscape as it relates to all of these? I think it was
Carb,
today,
that one hit.
Yesterday, day before,
I didn't
probably
touch
the
it.
day
I just
after.
have the free ones from
we
years
talk
ago.
about deals that these
fuck?
hyperscalers
There's no news
are
on
doing. Billion-dollar investments that they're all making. You own so many of them. Are you thinking about a potential winner in this arms race?
I think there will be several winners because the market is so big that I think it's hard for us to comprehend. And let me give you an example. I looked at my ChatGPT history, and I asked it to tell me how many tokens I have used by month. Over the last 6 months, my token usage is up 30-fold. So, you know, and I might be a power user, and I expect that over the next 6 months, my token usage will grow again. And so if that is the normal trajectory of usage, and the general population is just starting out on this journey, the amount of compute that we're going to need is simply almost incomprehensible. Which is why you see all of this expenditure and why you see the hyperscalers spending the way they are.
Well, we don't
now,
need it.
Who wins in this race? I think there's going to be many winners. I mean, you're seeing Google with...
It's kind of circular. That's the irony of it. But either way, Chad, 10 minutes remaining. Get ready for 10-minute rigged. Finalize all your plays. Again, tomorrow morning, an hour before the bell, you'll get the data. And then we'll see. You're probably going to get from the morning to middle of the morning, you're going to get those headlines regarding whatever talks are occurring there in London. So let us see, but I'd wrap it up. Final 10 minutes. Again, look at the bonds too. They still went green today, but they are still near the danger zone. Token use. I still want Google VO. I want to try that out. Because I know people got tokens and they're using that, but I don't have any big token demand needs, but we will see. ECL. Which part of Maslow's is AI? Well, that's the thing, because they're like, we need all this we need this compute, but you need it if you want to accomplish, you know, some lofty goals, get AGI, do all these other things. But I mean, right now, if it never materialized, you would just live in the world you live in today, minus a lot of wasted capex. Yeah, I'm surprised Intel didn't give it up, but, you know, we'll see by tomorrow. But for now, again, a lot of value. Any of these value names, they all held up, dude. Target, UPS, they got some pretty big bids. Again, you could kind of even throw NVO into that mix, even though it kind of had activist stuff. Think about it. All these value plays got a nice bid. And then SPY coming up. Again, 9 more minutes remaining. Rapperoonie. Dogs on out. How do you get VO3? I don't even know how to access it. So yeah, I want to make a VO video. I want to see. I want to make my first pharma commercial. NVIDIA tomorrow in Paris. Jensen Huang in Paris will have a conference. He'll have a matomer. And there you go. Through Google Flow. Go to Google Gemini Flow. What is that? Flow Labs? AI filmmaking? Oh shit. Oh shit, you could do it. Get started. I have to sign in. Oh dude, I'm gonna play with this. No way. Nice. I thought it was like invite only. That's why I was like, oh, I didn't know. is GME after close? I guess you'll get an update probably. I don't know if they'll tell you what price they bought their Bitcoin at, but yeah. The Starbucks news came out is right after Microsoft said they got a big client. Eli Lilly into the close. That's a strong one. Again, NVO just right near 80. Azure. Oh yeah, Disney. I forgot about that. I thought Trump was supposed to be live a little bit ago. I think we heard him. But other than that, I'd just be on the lookout for the China stuff and then data tomorrow morning. And once again, another high of this cycle since the lows of Liberation Day. CPI is not pricing in that much. I know the expectations. I haven't priced in this SPY, but when I look last week with the non-farms, all of the data was pricing in less than 1% moves. So it's hard data. It'll be important. If we get a reaction, a big one, out like far from expectations, then I think you'll get a reaction. Otherwise, if it kind of like the non-farms and everything else doesn't really paint a picture, or really kind of just holds the current data set and what we've been having with the economy, then I don't think, a lot of anticipation, but then we'll quickly forget about it. But yeah, get ready to wrap it up. 1 minute till final five. SPY was looking good, but now kind of already flipped. So there it is. What model costs what? VO3 has two models. One is 20 credits per video. The other is 100. I need to know. I've never tried it, so I used them. Sora wasn't as good. Sora was cool, but because it was the first time playing with it, but it was kind of clunky. TSCO. Okay, Caesars, Flutter. Final 5, 3, 2, 1. Boop. Okay, well, there it is. Oracle, they report it'll be good. Again, I haven't locked into these earnings as much lately, and I think you guys have seen it. Just, we've been a victim to correlation. There has been a couple of earnings that did their own thing, but sadly, I just think the market is getting in the way. So Oracle's a big mover. It's a small mover, but as of late, it's kind of been popping. So I think this one could actually move pretty big. I don't know how much it's priced. If it's pricing in a lot, that's going to make it harder. And then, like I'm saying, regardless of whatever I think, if it has to deal with the broader market, then it's kind of a little bit more, not about earnings, and you might be better off playing it afterwards. So we'll see. ECL, Charter. Again, I would watch out for power plant plays. You're going to hear more about that. And then, yeah, we'll see where it takes us. Yeah, GME too. Good luck with that. Penn and Flutter, those gambling stocks going up. SPY rip there on the final 5, so even bonds kind of getting a bit pizza. Yeah, you guys notice the days that the market rips now, pizza is like, nah, not today, bro. But again, dominoes. All I care about is it inversing dominoes. That's the money. VO, Eli Lilly. Where's Tessie again? Iraq. All right, Chad. Bring it home. You have less than 3 minutes remaining. Again, you have Megan at the conference tomorrow. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. There's no news on Karm. I had this, I forgot when I bought it. I just have free shares sitting, and then I saw it this morning. Had crazy volume, but literally no news. But then anybody in the space, like even Editas, a lot of any similar biotech is just running. So otherwise, it's just no news. It's just a small liquidity pump for no damn reason. Thank you, my friend. Thank you by not getting banned and getting a long term. I love it, man. The long terms. Oh, yeah. So wrap it up, Spy, man. It's going there. Couple minutes remaining. I'm going to yell at you in a little bit. So mute your speakers. Again, you should have finalized already. Tomorrow, you either continue the rally or not based on the data. And then we'll see if we have any more good or bad news arriving from trade and what Wall Street has to say to confuse you. But Chatadonia, bring it home. So much peace from the long term. Amen, bro. It really is peaceful. In an environment like this, man, and doing good, it helps. And right now, there's a lot of people chasing. Y'all don't have to chase because you prepared, baby. So, Chad, I'm trying to... we're not there yet, but we're getting close. We're getting close. You only have... wait for it. Please, I went too early. Okay. Have 1 minute! Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, another new high of the cycle. Another long-term, a new all-time high. You know the vibe, baby. So, Chad, wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. The data's in the morning, so if you're going to play the data, you have to make that play now. You got a couple of earnings after the bell. But, again, we're going to get everything following up from there. So, wrap it up. Bring it home. You have less than 20 seconds remaining. Shares, options, futures. The long term. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, Lutnick says could spill into third day. Posted by China. Ding, 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 ding. Or not. Oh, Chad Adonia. Are you kidding me, bro? You got another Lutnick comment posted by China at the bell. But, dude, what do you want me to tell you, bro? Are you kidding me? We did it. We made it. 7 hours in the book. Another long time. Look at it, bro. It don't matter if you made money and lost some money. You should have learned something, baby. You got to be locked in, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But for real, man, if you thanked me by not getting banned, that means a lot, bro. Thank you for following the rules. Thank you for being faithful to the mission, man. You know, because look at my attitude. You see me right now, bro. But look at y'all are the evidence that everyone don't get banned. That if you actually do listen, you get all-time high. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Well, y'all even donated to it. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Let's go, baby. It's a long journey. Where are my kings at? They see, understanding the consequence.
My money on stocks, I can show you the top. Every bottom I pop, both the key and the lock. Don't believe me, just watch. Use my freedom a lot.
Need me to rap. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Woo. Wow. Chad. Trying to hit big, but it's SD. Are you kidding me?
It's a call, baby.
Good game, bro.
Trying to hit big, but it's SDDC.
It's a long term, bro.
So different.
You know, we even got some good trades the last couple weeks and shit, but like, dog.
I can't be
I'm about to I'm about to post this on Twitter. I'm gonna get another 5, 10 unfollowers. Are you serious?
Trying to hit big, but it's SDDC. UST, my team so different. Off me, y'all weak. I think they speak more than they do and live it. I can't be moved, they think they cool. When shit get hot, I'm chillin'. Feel out y'all cruise, I cannot lose because I'm on that mission. I ain't tryna hit big, but it's SG day. I can hit 100 layers before you hit that 3. I ain't do no innovating, I just watered that tree. Got a little bit of Vegas, got a little Wall Street.
I'm gonna show you.
On my band grand, got some buffets on
I'm
the
gonna
chain.
show
I
you.
can kick a couple theories, I'm the modern main case. Why the people
Let me
never
get a
really
new
know
long
he's
term out
asking
here.
what to eat. Thought
Where
you
are
told
my
me you
guys
was
with the
leaving,
new
but I
long
see you
term?
every week.
All my small long terms.
That's
Where
the
you
song
at?
that loves. Man,
All my
live with
small
a lot
long
of premium
terms.
dope.
Where you
No
at?
trend lines, my mind really just know. I exercise my time cause I'm trying to take hold. Poet and philosopher, I feel like the road. They told me what's impossible, I told them alone.
Y'all better pull up right now, small long term.
His little after
Now
little,
look,
it's
I'ma
gon'
show
turn
you
into
that.
growth. Whoa, tryna hit big, but it says CDCULT. My team so different. Off me, y'all weak. I think they speak more than they do when living.
Hold on, I'm finding it. I'm finding it. I got a hunt. No. Let me get a small long term in the chat. I got something for
I
y'all.
cannot lose because I'm on that mission. Tryna hit big, but it says CDCULT. My team so different. Off me, y'all weak. I think they speak more than they do when living. I can't be moved. They think they cool when shit get hot out chillin'. Feel like Tom Cruise. I cannot lose because I'm on that mission.
I swear I had it. Yeah, it's somewhere here. Oh, no, I'm still looking for it. Yeah, right here. Are you ready? Look it. All my small long terms. Get over here. Look. You see this 30,000 account right now. 29. Amazing, right? Look. This is what it looked like. See, I'm mad we can't go back. Remember, they made a switch. It's right here. Look. Look, this is what I'm saying, bro. They haters. They ain't telling you this. They all tell you to get the fast cash. They don't want you to see it. Look. This is that account. It started with $500. We spent half a year doing nothing. It took 3 years to just break above 10K. And then within a year and a half, you're at 30. So don't despise the days of small beginnings. This is what I'm saying. It's going to feel small. It'll feel like nothing. But you do it, you stay. It's going to be your down payment, bro. That's the consequence. The consequence will be a house. Know why you're doing it. It's going to be there for you in your future. But look, give it time. Oh, stop. Oh, that's a small amount to a large amount. And it'll add up with your savings. So that's it, bro. Start. Now stop playing with it, bro. Stop playing with it. And it doesn't matter, big or little. It's scalable. That's what's even mind-blowing about it. So, yeah, bro. Long term. So, Chattadonia, God bless you all. I hope you had a great day. We have a lot more in store. Oh, GME, after the bell. Oh. So, thank you for your time. God bless all of you. Have a great day. Go hit the gym. Go for a walk. Go pray. Go be happy. Get rested up. I'll see you on the watch list. I think we should have one unless I have to do anything. I don't think I will. But either way, we watch list tomorrow morning. And then from there, my friends. We'll see what the morning and CPI brings. So, thank you for your time, for real. Thank you for taking your future seriously. Because I woke up taking it seriously, and I'm glad you followed through. So God bless you, bro. And there's a long journey ahead. No finish line, but you're ready. So God bless you, Chad. Thank you all for everything, man. For real. Y'all holding it down in so many ways. And that's why, man, let it walk away with something. Let it show, baby. Oh, I'm going to get too hyped. But Chad, thank you for your time. Go read the books. Richest Man in Babylon, Proverbs, New Living Translation, and The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget your knowledge, your understanding level. It's all on your whys, bro. Consequences. They're not bad because when you understand consequences, it's going to confirm you to go in or to go out, bro. Get understanding. If you gain anything, gain understanding, Chad. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Chattadonia. God bless you, bro. God bless you. Yeah, GameStop purchased 4,710 Bitcoin between May 3rd and June 10th. That's not a bad price, was it? Well, let's see. Between May 3rd and June 10th. You bought it on a Sunday, you liars? So yeah, they bought Bitcoin no cheaper than $93,000 probably. And then they spent no more than $112,000. Interesting. Well, there is that, my friend. So Chatadonia, thank you. Thank you for keeping the vision alive and living it. Y'all are the mission, bro. Y'all are the battle. Y'all walking away with something. So Chatadonia, God bless you all. And thank you for your time. God willing, I see you tonight and in the morning. But that is all I have for you. And don't forget, baby, finger to the sky. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. That's all you need. Nothing else. You don't need me. You don't need anything. Finger to the sky. So, Chad, have a good one. Enjoy it, and I will see you later. And peace. Hey. I say we jibber jab and jibber jab. And yabba dabba doo is yeah, skibba dibba dibba doo. Hun diddy bop bop. I just sound like a hun diddy bop bop. Yabba dabba da. Yabba dabba doo. I think he's losing it. I don't think he knows what's happening. I know Joe. Joe's not that dumb. I think Elizabeth is dumber. Joe didn't even like it, I tell ya. It's wild, these people, I tell ya. Either way, you get a long term. It'll keep you calm, keep you peaceful. Maybe you have a long term, you may not riot. I know, R.I.P. Draco, you know the truth. You know the truth. You all know the truth. That's word to Draco. You know, not Drake, he's a PDF. But Draco, he'll tell you, you know the truth. You know it. You know the truth. Exactly, I'll agree with that sentiment as well, Joshua. I don't get it. It's a bunch of sheeps in sheep's clothing. It's odd. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.